Alright, let's begin this, because this is gonna be a long ass track to go through the entirety of Crossbell. Oh boy. Okay. Alright. Okay, one final look-see, because I'm just curious. This thing is still locked here, right? Yep, this thing is still locked. Okay. Well, in that case, there's nothing else to do in here than to head out now.
Connecting to Reverie Garden database. Confirming rank points accumulated. Liberation rank unchanged.
51 points away from max rank. Alright. Okay, time to head out.
Departure noted.
Departure noted. Okay. So how much stuff outside of literally talking to everybody in existence is there? Okay, Lloyd is locked in. Lloyd is locked in. I'll keep... Let's do this. I mean, we are doing the rounds through Crossbell. You guys are locked? Can I... Oh! Right, I cannot use them, because they're technically... Yeah, okay. So who can I use? New Class 7, the Crossbell squad, and Rufus's squad. Okay. So these two... Oh yeah, not even Ren is here. Okay. It's literally just the core people of each group. Huh, well, in that case... Oh my god, I love the tune right now. What the fuck? I wasn't even paying attention to the background music. Fuck. Okay, protagonist squad. These three up front. You... I guess will be the main caster. You two are also technically... main protags right now. And just for good measure, let's have also Ellie here for her big ass break with the massive heal and everything. Okay, this is gonna be fine. Get you up to 133 like the majority.
I've done it!
You did. You chucked some potions. Okay, you are equipped well enough outside of this one. Actually, no, keep that one. You are fine. You are also kind of fine. Okay, this needs something else. Let's see. That's an upgrade and more EP for you. This would be a massive upgrade. Okay, let's give you the silver watch for now. You're fine, you're fine, you're fine, and you are fine. Okay. That is done. You quickly just go over this. Dazzling Odin Gem. Automatically analyze defeated enemies. That is handy, and it's a big boost. Fenrir Gem. Make enemies on the field more likely to run. That's pretty much intimidation, but boosted. Sure. Galleon Fort I could replace with something else. Okay, she has fire and chrono spells. That is strength based. True waterfall. Also strength, also strength. Bonus damage to lower level enemies. Diabolus Gem. That's the thing you need. That's the thing you need. Including this one, and then... Not for you. Could be better for you. A Skanda Gem for speed. Or... Did I have... Actually, yeah, now that I think about it. Give me rather a... Do not have a single one of these in a higher tier. Apparently not. Not even in the low tier? I'll have to take a look at that. That's not okay. HP gradually recovers while walking on the field. Sure, let's give you this. Shield Breaker was defense down. Where's the other one? All of those are based around attacks or crafts. Spirit Breaker, that was the thing I was looking, but that's attacks or crafts. Cure ailments. Okay. Ooh, baby. This is gonna be a thing. Let's see. Let's start off with you guys. It feels good to be back guarding the Orchis Tower. I can finally protect Crossbell again. I'm more motivated than ever to keep our beloved city's peace. Can I go in? I can. Okay, before I forget. Hey there, are you all ready for the operation? Once you're in the tower, you're not going to be able to come back out again to resupply. So make sure you've got... Yeah, okay, thank you. You're a generic NPC. You're not named. Oh god, how much armor you're gonna... Hi Lecter, how's it going over there? I was on the upper floors of the tower when the giant super weapon fired off its laser. Given how visible Lake Elm is from atop the tower, I may as well have had a front row seat to it launching an assault on Erebonia. I shudder to think it could go off again in just a matter of hours. It doesn't feel real. Hello everyone, welcome to Orchis Tower's General Information Desk. We ordinarily provide guidance on everything from day-to-day living for local residents to sightseeing spots for tourists. However, given the state of emergency, we are currently preoccupied providing support to the Crossbell Police and Guardian Force. That said, if you run into any inconveniences... Okay, we'll assist you. I take it Makiesto and the others will be joining in on this big mission. I've gotten to know as they visited the tower. They're not from here. If they're fighting for our safety too, that makes me want to my weight as a cross. The further I'm getting towards the later half of the game, the more I'm noticing missing words or weird sentence structure, but that makes me want to my weight as a Crossbellan more than ever. Alright, good for you. What's happening may be terrifying, but this isn't the time to run. I'm going to stay here and help however I can. Which again, I cannot literally fault anybody for making mistakes on this game series. It has so much... Oh my god. This is a meeting. But yeah, there's so much text. Oh shit, she's actually reacting to this. Actually a good thing I brought you along then, I guess. Uncle Dieter, you've been here speaking with Secretary Arundel? Yes, I've happened upon him while doing some intelligence gathering. We were just exchanging information on the state of things abroad. I don't have the same access to info as I did back when with the old intelligence division, so don't go expecting too much. From what I've heard, Calvert is gathering their forces by the border near Altair. I can also confirm that the CID operatives stationed in Crossbell City have begun to take action. Ugh. In other words, we can assume the Republic has gotten window about the progress of our little operation. Wind. God. That saves us the trouble of having to get into contact with them. Let's give them a good show. Yeah, I'm always up for a challenge. Oh, and as for all the other countries and how they're dealing with the panic, Liberal and Remiferia have things under control. So they're already responded then. Then they may be able to keep Calvert in check depending on how things go. We'll have to do the best with the hand we're dealt. We're dealt. So no, there's no sense in leaving things up to chance. Let's use our connections to get in touch with as many prominent figures as we can. We may be able to turn things in our favor. Oh yeah? The former CEO of the IBC must have quite the contact list. Please, it's been years since I resigned. Still, hopefully some of them haven't changed their numbers. I'll make use of what I have to do. Of what I have to I'll make use of what I have to do what I can. Really a lot of typos, Jesus. We appreciate it, Ether. Thank you. You needn't thank me, Lloyd. I'm merely making up for past mistakes and doing what I can to avoid repeating them. I once lived in the name of justice, rejecting a world that gave birth to pointless war. But in the end, I was merely dancing in the palm of my daughter's hand. It was all a farce. Nevertheless, my desire for a world without war hasn't changed. I will do everything within my power to see that dream come true. Don't worry. The Imperial government's taking a wait-and-see approach, by the way. With its forces reduced ever since the war, it's not like it's got the stomping power to regain control of the whole situation. Still, even if the army can't step up, you can count on the intelligence division and the RMP's full support. Think of it as my way of answering for my actions as an Ironblood. I never intended on placing this kind of burden on you, Lecter. Oh, don't be like that. We both survived the Great Twilight. That means we're in this together. Love it. Extra dialogue for bringing characters along. Don't get any wrong ideas with our arrangement. I'm still the scum of the earth. He's acknowledging it. I had plenty of time in a cell to think about just how much of a spineless fool I really am. If my intentions with helping you are far from noble, it's simply cathartic for me. Good for you. You almost belong to the SSS and Force Class 7. You can take the elevator there if you need access to the roof. 35th floor and roof. Hey, Zero. Enjoy the lurking. Oh boy. There are people here. Oh shit. Hi, Garcia. Figures you guys would show up. So this is where you ran off to, Garcia. I heard you took the members of the EDF that had returned to normal and helped with the liberation mission. So these two also took part? Nah, they were here, so I figured I could put them to work after the effects of that dance wore off. Some help they are, though. Pretty damn useless. Why do you say that? They're just like... Wait, is she in the party? They're just like everyone else who hasn't broken free of the effects of the dance. They're still kissing Rufus's ass. We've served under Lord Rufus ever since the Erebonian Civil War. He had the ambition of a man with half his talent and rank. We would do anything to see the future he saw become reality. And for what? We lost the Great War, and now our dreams have been crushed yet again. Our glorious Lord Rufus has been slain. So how could we possibly change sides at this point? As men who served under him, it is our final show of loyalty to see where this all ends. Oh, never mind who I have in the party. They're just counting literally everybody who is currently with them. Okay, good. So I don't have to think for special dialogue and stuff. You two are that devoted. It's somewhat understandable. Rufus earned a reputation for being even more charismatic than the proper Duke Alberea before the Civil War. You must have seen quite the dream in that man. But, my lord! But you fell in battle. How are you here? Who's to say? Perhaps a ghost is standing before you. Regardless, I have my doubts that you truly understand what that man desired. Approval. Above all, he wanted to surpass his true father and be recognized. That's all. That can't be true. And even if it was, it wouldn't have deterred you from seeing the United Nation, a new era, come to fruition. Don't make me laugh. You're not revolutionaries. You're insurgents, blinded by delusion. Stop and open your eyes. god, that sentence coming from him. Your leader was nothing more than an escaped convict mounting an insurrection that threatened the entire world. A new era, a united nation. Mere words meant to glorify his despicable actions. Holy hell, dude, you had a arc. Woo! It's surreal hearing that come from your mouth of all people. I have no rebuttal. Maybe you were intoxicated by the idea of changing the world. I thought I understood you in a way that no one else could. But how can we deny it? How can we deny? But how we can deny our delusion after hearing all of that? Jesus Christ, what is with all that? Why? Why did we ever agree to take part in any of this? What was the point? Finally got it through to your thick skull, huh? Hate to tell you that there are still plenty more where those two idiots came from. So don't go thinking you're some hero just because you dressed down to two measly soldiers. Yes, I'm well aware. That's why our attention is on the tower first and foremost. That's right. I hope you don't mind continuing to look after people like them until we're done, Garcia. Just don't keep me waiting, Bannix. That was sweet. Whoops. Jeez. Pressing all the wrong things. Yes, Lloyd, now then. Hold on. I'll do what I can to slap some sense into the remaining EDF members. This is your kiss's time to shine. Like, back with the tree. Go finish the job. Thank you. Hello. I don't know who you are, but you really hit me where it hurts. Maybe it's time to think long and hard about what I've been doing with my life after all. Huh. I feel like I just woke up from a long, long dream. Why have we just been doing what we were told all this time without ever stopping to question it? I'm still not entirely sure just how much trust we should be putting in the former president and Garcia Rossi, but I'm well aware that we couldn't have been liberated without them. It'd be in our best interest to keep working with them from here on out, albeit with an abundance of caution. Good. Oh, shit. Hi there. All finished with your meeting? Yes, thankfully. We have the general gist of the operation. Now it's time to go over them with each division or organization. The RMP will also be providing the necessary supplies for the operation. The majority of the weapons and munitions have already been delivered. Rest assured that the remaining supplies will arrive in time for the mission. Even with the help, I would be lying if I said our chances of success are high. We'll have to work together better than ever to overcome the odds again. I'll do everything I can to make this work, as both this operations commander and as the one coordinating with the other nations. I heard you were using your NGO connections to share information with the other countries. You're a lifesaver. Neither my grandfather nor I have the opportunity to do that given the circumstances. But please, I'm only doing what I can to help. Speaking of connections, have you heard anything from Arteria, Gaius? Yes, the church has decreed both the Retributive Tower and Elysium are special exceptions that warrant intervention. They may be the exact opposites of artifacts in the sense they could have only been produced in present time. But the other dominions have been mobilized to keep the chaos from spreading through the neighboring countries nonetheless. Okay. That's interesting, but not unwelcome news. Agreed. This operation is a very fly-by-night operation, but it may just succeed with the operation of so many different collaborators. That said, none are more key than your team. Make sure they are all ready for what's ahead. We will be, Commander. Yes, ma'am. We'll prepare as thoroughly as possible in the time before the operation. We won't leave with any regrets. Ooh, I'll update the Gaius. Hey, that's the second entry. Main contact. Gaius enters the meeting being held at Orcus Tower as a representative of the Growls Ritter and Arteria. Okay. Also very interesting that this is actually being recognized as a primary threat, so that even the church is moving in. Good.
Now then.
Some of Vaz's old friends are going to be helping with the liberation mission. I'm not surprised, knowing the effect he can have on people. Well, let's not take the help for granted and do our part too. I filled in the police on what's happening. There are still things to discuss in greater detail later once the two sides sync up. There isn't much time until the operation begins. Make sure you're prepared for anything before. Okay. Rest assured, the RMP will lend its support insofar as circumstances permit. I realize that the chances of success isn't exactly high for this operation, but we must all do our part to beat those odds and help Crossbell come out on top. I'll be putting our backup members and foreign liaisons with other countries to work right until the operation begins. The future of all our homes are riding on this. Everything we do now counts, no matter how small. I couldn't put it better myself. I knew we could count on you. Thanks, Toa. Aw. Okay. Is anybody hiding on the roof? It would really. Well, elevator it is then. Go to the rooftop.
Wow! The city looks so tiny from so high up.
We've got a good view of the tower from here, too.
Meeting at the rooftops our signal to begin, right?
Right. Best to wrap up whatever we need to do before going.
Oh, okay. This is not the place I want to be. This is not the place I want to be. This is gonna trigger the ending. No. This is not where I want to go. This is where I want to go. This is where I want to. Oh my god, so much new. Okay. Okay, I talked to the two right at the entrance. You... oh my god, the fucking tower in the background. Somehow, the air feels so much fresher without those damn EDF goons polluting it. But while we might have managed to get the city back, we're not out of the woods yet. Either way, this is the decisive moment. I can't go and fight on the front lines with you guys, but I'll give my job my all. Okay. Then for the rest of the city, let's see. How many new things are there? Oh hey, there's another group. And there's another group? Oh. He's holding a speech. Oh, I need to hear this. Let me begin by saying that I commend each of you for a job well done in freeing the city. Civilian casualties and property damage are both lower than expected. We couldn't ask for a better result. However, we now find ourselves faced with an even greater task. The Retributive Tower must not be allowed to fire again, or else all of Zemuria will be plunged straight into chaos. I realize facing another crisis so soon with little room to breathe may be demoralizing. Nevertheless, times like these are when we must show the world just how strong Crossbell resilience is. Our pride is just as firm as any great nation, even when we don't have a state to call our own. Isn't that right? Would you look at that? Old Pierre's got some spine in him after all. I'll say, it's hard to deny it at this point. That was a good speech, buddy. Can't you tell I'm a busy man? I'm trying to give a pep talk over here. Now stay out of my way. Anything I say can impact the morale of our rank and file. That's the responsibility I carry as Vice Commissioner. Truthfully, I'm terrified deep down and want nothing more than run away. But I can't afford to show even a crumb of weakness. Right, we understand. Hang in there, sir. I knew he was putting a lot of it on his shoulders, but I didn't realize how much it was affecting him. He's doing an admirable job, all things considered. His spotty track record is in particular. Okay. Regular officers, not gonna talk to every single one of you. Hello everyone. There's an emergency meeting going on at the moment in the police station. We'll play our part as best as we can. So good luck out there. Thank you. Can actually enter. Oh. Where's Fran? It's so dark in here as well. What's with the light? We've confirmed the Ebon Defense Force's removal and apprehension. The 2nd Division will now focus on providing support to the CGF as they begin their preparations. I'm leaving the finer details to the team leaders. Do what you gotta do to get the job done. Let's put an end to this and take back Crossbell. Okay. As for you and me, Raymond, we've got a meeting with the 1st Division scheduled. Aye, Chief. The 2nd Division has its hands full. Let's work just as hard as they are. Good to see you, SSS. You're up against some crazy-ass tech. Who knows what might go down. We all gotta make sure we're equipped to deal with whatever's thrown at us. We free the city and the crap hits the fan all over again? You gotta be kidding me. But you know what? We've been through hell and high water. So I'm not giving up just yet. Good. Oops. Much like during the last operation, we'll need to be flexible and adaptable if we hope to succeed. I can't say I have much experience in maritime combat, but I'll do all I can to contribute. We can't just give up now. Not after all we went through to take back the city. Okay. That's all there is in here. It really is dark. For some reason. I mean, it's cloudy, sure. Kind of foggy or whatever the hell. But the building has lighting, you know? Alright. This is a meeting. What are you all up to, Emma? Is this related to that dance? It is. We were just investigating the effects of the curse-like power. Elliot and I bumped into them while patrolling around the city. I was also looking into how the citizens are faring as I was following the flow of the septum veins. The brainwashing has mostly vanished now that the Supreme Leader has been removed and a mask has been destroyed. That's a relief to hear. I'm more worried about how you're doing. Has the assimilation phenomenon gotten any worse since the last time we spoke? No, it's not a problem for now at least. I can still control my power too. Is this really all because you faced off with your doppelganger? Nothing like this happened to Rufus. Again, nothing like that happened to Rufus because Rufus was literally facing a cyborg version simulation of himself. Reen, I think, is facing a completely different reality Reen, which is gonna be funky as hell. That's what's got me so what's got me so confused. Not only did that other Reen's appearance bug me, but there was something off about him. He was bizarrely lifelike. He said it. I can't shake the feeling that he wasn't just a copy. He said it! Why would Reen be a special case? There has to be something to it. I'd imagine it's because he has a key role when it comes to the tower, but I couldn't say anything beyond that. Regardless, I agree that there's something ominous at work that we're missing. Whoever this imposter is will have to face him eventually if he's going to block our path. And when we do, we'll have to fight not just to save Reen, but the entire world. Yeah, no pressure. We did manage to overcome even the Great Twilight. We can do this. If you feel like anything about your condition has changed, you had better tell us. Don't worry, I will. Thanks, everyone. Listen to you all. As Saccharin? Alright. As ever. Alright, whatever. Then again, here I am, helping to save the world too. Life sure is strange. Hey, see, or Crow, I suppose. Neither of us can afford to die out here. We need to keep living for the sake of our lost comrades. There's still a lot of sin to atone for. You're preaching to the core, sister. I already died once, so I know I'm not going to waste my second chance. Let's get this done, and make our old friends proud. That's a lot of updates. I love, oh boy, I love this little tiny build up to the fact that, oh yeah, old class 7 is gonna face the imposter pretending to be Reen. Good lord, you guys are gonna not like the fact if that actually turns out to be just Reen. Like I'm saying. You guys are not gonna have fun with that. And I'm not gonna have fun with that. Okay, on patrol. While wandering around, Elliot expresses concern for Reen's well-being and his desire to overcome the current predicament as a team. Emma, staying vigilant. Emma investigates the effects of Ilia's dance while also showing concern for Reen's well-being. She also resolves with caution to face the other Reen. Oh, you guys better be ready. Scarlet. Atonement. Scarlet muses on how she is now helping to save the world, telling Crow as they speak of their fallen comrades, neither of us can afford to die out here. Oh, they have another group one? Who could have imagined a former terrorist like me fighting to save the world? I was ready to return to Adio's side during the Civil War, but perhaps this is fate. Scarlet, don't tell me you still... Sorry about that. I didn't mean to kill the mood by bringing up bad memories. I finally got to meet the members of the reborn Imperial Liberation Front, yet here I am being a downer. Alright. Please, don't remind us about that. The honor is all ours, Lady S. Oh, should I follow Nadia's lead and give her a salute? See, you're just going to confuse her. The party never ends with you guys. But you know, I'm glad your time as C could help you out. So you say. Ah, there we go. Jesus Christ. That's so down to the ground. This is starting to get real old. It's like my life... Oh yeah, actually, now that I think about it, she has a very close-up camera. In her cat form. It's like my life's purpose is to spend all my day wearing my head off about you. Guess it just comes with the job. Listen, if you sense any changes, anything at all, you tell me. Capiche? That's least you can do for all you've put me through. No, not you. Vita and grandmother look like they're up to something, but they refuse to tell me what. All they told me was, be prepared for anything. I wish they'd fill me in, but I'll face whatever comes with everything I've got, not just as a witch, but a member of Class 7. So long as we combine forces, I'm sure we can put a stop to this, just like we always do. I managed to get in touch with Dad a little while ago, General Craig I mean. He said the armored divisions are in a state of high alert. They're prepared to do everything in their power to help, even if they can't stop the tower with military force. Every little bit helps. Still, that's all the more reason for us to succeed with this operation so that it doesn't come to that. I couldn't agree more, but promise Not to push yourself too hard, Reen. We're all here with you. You can lean on us. Aww. It's good to see things have worked out for Scarlet too. We've got a lot of catching up to do, but that can wait for later around a campfire or something. My sights are set on this operation. I'll be ready when the time comes. You best do the same. Yeah, I will. I will be. It's back to investigating the flow of the spirit veins for me. I'll also need to hook up with the vault so we can get a few things moving. In short, don't worry about the thing here. I've got it all under control. I might be a peon on the totem pole, but I'm still part of the Growlsritter. I'm happy to do what I can to help. I trust you'll do what you can on your end, too, Father. Don't do anything that would embarrass me now, I would never. I want to look as cool as I can while defending my second home. Aw. Oh, what the hell is this? The meeting of the maids? Oh, hello everyone. Speaker McDowell is in the middle of a conference in the Civic Center. I can help with that, of course, but I did want to do something for him, so I came to buy a Serbic tomato shake. Oh boy. That's really considerate of you. I'm sure he must give you and Helmer no end of grief, but I feel better knowing he has you in his corner. So please, keep looking out for him. But of course, I'll be praying for your safety too. The situation in the city hasn't fully calmed down yet, so maybe I'll have to evacuate again. But standing around doing nothing was really starting to get to me. So here I am doing business again. If I was to recommend one of our drinks... A Serbic tomato shake? One sip and you'll be ready to run a marathon because you'll be running to the toilet. Oh! Thanks? Are you sure? This is rather a lot. Oh, absolutely. I know how hard you're all working for the good of Crossbell. Hopefully the intense bitterness of these will bring you all together as one. Anyone who's never tried some is welcome to have a little taste too. Well, a little wouldn't hurt. Wow, it's bitter, but it's so delicious. I might wanna see a doctor about your taste buds, girl. I can't stomach another sip. LP never ceases to amaze and disturb. Nadia didn't seem fazed by it either. Okay, no new recipe. No new recipes. I'm ashamed to admit that I sided with the Supreme Leader myself for a while. But Crossbell is our city, and it falls to its people to protect it. Alright, cheering. Thank you, bud. Thank you, bud. Okay, the only building in here left is then the Civic Center, so let's see. I'm so glad the Iban Defense Forces occupation of the region is finally at an end. Our problems aren't over yet, unfortunately, but right now I need to focus on getting the Civic Center ready for visitors once more. Being held in the same room as the secretary from Calvert was an uncomfortable experience, let me tell you. I'm just glad that the city was liberated a lot faster than I expected it to be. It sounds like we have the Ashen Chevalier and many of my other countrymen to thank for that. I hear Lecter Arundel and the RMP are taking part in the operation to silence the tower as well. So as the Secretary of the Empire, I can't afford to sit idly by. I need to do what I can to restore peace. Wrong person. I honestly feared the worst when the city was occupied. I'm so glad Crossbell is free once more. I can't wait for this building to be full of energy and joy again. Just have everybody drink in a Serbic tomato. Oh, whoa. Hi. Oh, hey guys. It's good to see you all. Same to you, sir. We're going around getting ready for the operation right now. Are you exchanging information with our fellows from the Empire? That's right. I wanted to learn more about the situation there directly. I'm happy you chose to speak with us too. To put it simply, the destruction of Juno has everyone in the Empire in a state of shock. Dad has issued a statement and is appealing for calm through radio broadcasts, but it's a lot to ask in times like these. I can confirm that the 4 great houses have just had their own remote conferences as well. They have all agreed to do what they can to keep the country calm, with Marquises High Arms, Ragnar and Ballad taking charge. But they will only be able to keep things in check for so long, especially when it comes to people's feelings. That's true. If the war's so fresh on people's memories, it's hard to imagine everyone not feeling angry about what happened. Yeah, and that anger is going to be directed right at the United Nation, and by that I mean Crossbell. Right now, it sounds like people are more confused than mad, but it's likely going to change in time. I would certainly wager so. But if people start taking a hard stance on Crossbell, that's only going to play right into our enemy's hands. Humans are so foolish. Why point the finger at Crossbell for this when the United Nation is clearly to blame? Of course, the very idea of a United Nation is a clear symbol of humanity's foolishness in itself. I say that fully aware, it is very much something that I would think of. Jesus.
You sure you want to be the one to say that?
You truly are unbelievable, Rufus.
I don't know, I like seeing how he seems to finally have given the specter of his past a boot.
I would not be so sure about that. Regardless, Mr. Speaker, while I will admit this suggestion comes from a man as foolish as any other, if you truly love Crossbell, you must follow your heart and walk the road you believe in without ever hesitating. People harbor more than just foolishness inside, and there is a sort of trust that can come from using one another, too. So I would suggest you use any means you can to make your hopes a reality, including using us for your own ends.
Gosh!
That's encouraging to hear from you. Honestly, one day you will learn to be straight with your feelings.
He's right though. Feel free to involve us in achieving your goals however you wish. We will be happy to contribute.
Perhaps you are all alright.
You're all right.
Then allow me to tell you exactly what shape my dream for the future takes. I wish for Crossbell to be a state that works for harmony hand in hand with its neighbors, not one that asserts itself over them. With so many people from other countries cooperating with us now, it feels as though my dream has already been half granted. But our goal is yet to be fully achieved. So I hope I can continue to count on you to help bring about a future where we can stride ahead side by side.
Everybody agrees? Uses. A conference. Uses is in his position as acting Duke holds a video conference with the 4 great houses to propose they work together to minimize the chaos brewing. Dino, you were here and you said nothing. Oh, hey Dios, I was looking for ways to help out and ended up being roped into acting as minute taker for this meeting. I don't recognize everyone here, but this is a really important meeting for our relationship with the Empire, right? No, I can't get cold feet now. Not with Walt in town. I need to show him just how much I've grown. It's a weird feeling seeing little old Dino working here at the Civic Center. I'm not Walt, but I'm cheering you on all the same. Aw, thanks, Wazzy. Squirt. Rufus really has changed while hanging out with you kids. You know that? Said the kid. I was caught off guard when I had my Arcus 2 stolen in the capital, but now I wish I could have gotten to know you all better. Oh, I've got an idea. I know the tastiest crab shop ever. Let's go together when we get the chance. It goes without saying that we'll be dragging Juices and Rufus along. Their treat. Oh, that sounds wonderful. That's a wonderful idea. Delightful even. Sure is. It's decided then. It's just slowly turning around.
What was that I heard about our treat? And aren't you getting ahead of yourself? We still have a mission to complete first.
Oh, come on. You know we're gonna find a way to pull through somehow.
So be it. If you're that confident, then I would be glad to treat everyone. Rufus?
Are you being serious?
Yes, it would be good to catch up with my brother and see for myself how much he's grown. And quite frankly, I never had the chance to get to know White Rabbit. That said, a verbal agreement hardly means anything while the tower remains standing. And here I thought you were going to be thoughtful for once. Would it kill you to be more honest with your feelings?
Look who's talking. You're no better than he is, you know?
Don't lump me together with him.
They sure know how to go at it. Doesn't it seem like they get along perfectly?
I can't help but agree after seeing them like this. Millium, Crap Tour. Millium proposes that she, Lapis, and the Albarea brothers go on a crap tour as a way to bond after the tower falls. Forget I said anything. Mutual cooperation will be essential to the coming operation. So I'll be counting on you, even if I do find your companions to be nosy and think those sunglasses look ridiculous on you. Do they? I'll keep that in mind. I'd say we earned the right to be curious after all we've been through. If possible, I'd like a chance to discuss things a little more with Speaker McDowell before the operation begins. I believe my sources within the Imperial government and uses as ties to the four great houses will prove valuable.
That's excellent thinking, Machias. I'll see what I can do.
You two make for a productive team. I'll leave you both to it then. Yeah, leave it to us. By the way, Ellie, I know the timing isn't very convenient, but I thought you should know that Diana called from Erebonia earlier.
You heard from Mother?
Yes, she must have been quite worried with everything that's been happening. Your mother wants to help in any way she can and has been gathering goods to have shipped over.
That's just like her. Okay, we can't let Mother's kindness be in vain.
Agreed, and I've heard secondhand that Ryan has been trying to quell public concerns in Calvert as well. We can't afford to rest on our laurels. I'm counting on you young people until the very end. We won't let you down. We'll finish what we started. Okay. Alright, that's everything around the Civic Center done. Let's go to the Harbor District. Okay, let's... Stop.
A bunch of people started shipping letters out to people known, to let people know they were okay as soon as the city was liberated. It's a reminder that I have a job worth doing. Not to worry, all those letters will make it to their destination, safe and sound.
Pew! Stop it! Okay. So, that's the Retributive Tower. First those railway guns and then the Aeons. There's no end to the inventions made for war. I can imagine Calvert is just going to sit back and keep quiet after seeing that. And all we can do is sit back and pray it doesn't activate.
Well, funny you should say that, considering that Calvert apparently is investigating, potentially investing in Super Sentai armor. Fucking Kuro. I still can't believe that Kuro went completely Sentai. I love it. Can't wait. Really can't wait until that gets localized.
Just when I thought our troubles were behind us, something new crops up. There's no forgiving what the Supreme Leader and his EDF have done. As an Erebonian myself, I'm ashamed. I wish I'd do something to atone for what my people had done.
Oh!
new suit is here. Can the divine lightning really strike anywhere out on the continent? Nothing can be so unlimited in its range, right? But we also Juno Fortress get wiped out. The railway guns were demonic enough. Something like this should not exist. You are absolutely right. Something like this, no matter how fast this goddamn world is advancing in its technology, should not exist. For years, decades, a century, maybe not at all, ever.
Crossbell related stocks have been selling like mad ever since the Supreme Leader's announcement. I do hope the servers here won't go down because of it. Well, I suppose there's nothing to be done but put my all into finishing this paperwork.
And clicks away.
Here. The fuck is that word? I never heard it or saw it written that way. Her keyboardle?
What?
Her keyboard will go down before the servers do.
Oh. Her keyboard will go down. That was a weird way to put it into one word. Whatever.
I was shocked when I learned that our former president was working with the Supreme Leader. But from everything I've heard out of the police and CGF, he rose up again out of love for Crossbell. Knowing that, well, I'm relieved. I know what he did was wrong, but I still respect him as the IBC CEO.
Aw. Okay, before I talk... Oh, never mind. Triggering scene.
Hi there, guys. Looks like you're gearing up for the operation, too.
Yeah, we just doing some rounds while we're at it. Are you making adjustments to the orbital gear?
That's right, we even got some help from Alisa's mom. Orbital gear. It's strong, sensible. I give it 82 points.
Doesn't mean much if you don't tell us what it's based off.
So, you're that autonomous Rosenberg doll I've heard about. What a fascinating existence you are. Oh, I'd love to take you apart and examine you piece by piece.
I'd appreciate it if you would refrain from frightening her.
Yeah, I was just throwing it out there. I already have a bunch of automata for testing purposes, so we can always talk about her another day. Oh boy, this lady doesn't quit. Theo told me she was stubborn, but wow. Come on, Mom. It's alright. The professor is aware of just how vital you are for the operation, so she won't do anything. Besides, we've got plenty of other things to worry about right now.
Like the orbital gear, right?
No, it's been tuned to perfection. It should be able to operate at about 120%. We even installed an escape system in the event of an emergency, upping pilot safety by 285 points. That goes in part with the updated monitoring system that now tracks the pilot's vital signs. So, did you mean yes then? I don't really understand the finer details, but it sounds like you've gone above and beyond here. And in such a short amount of time to boot. Well done, Professor Russell. Tita should be good to go. Should be good to go thanks to you. No, she's not. Tita, please think this over. I'm fine with you having a helping hand on the operation, but is it necessary for you to be on the team storming the tower? I know you've been to hell and back before, but you're still a normal girl. You're my girl. Professor.
So that's what she meant. Of course her mother is not gonna agree to all this.
You're wrong, Mom. Tita? You should see me for who I am better than anyone else. I'm a fully fledged engineer, one with the power to stand with my friends and fight. And what if the next target ends up being liberal? Don't you see, Mom? I have to go and do my part because I have the power to do my part. Tita. I know my choice is scaring you to death. During the 100 Days War 15 years ago, you saw how much the Berlians suffered under Imperial occupation. Awful as it was, it helped you realize the kind of engineer you wanted to be. You and Grandpa developed military airships to help Liberal stand strong, Even after the war, you traveled the continent to help those in need. It meant you weren't home all that often, but you were doing what was right. Just where did you hear all of this? Nowhere. I learned it all by watching you. And just like you, the world around me has helped me realize what kind of path I want to take. I need you to see me off, though. See me off as I embark on the path I believe to be right. There is no changing your mind once you've made it up. It's cute, but it's a pain. Must have gotten it from your dad. You win. I'll see you off, but only if you listen to this one piece of advice. No matter what happens, don't give up until the very last moment. I know you can do this. You're my daughter, and I love you with all my heart. Oh, Mom, I love you too. Thank you. Oh, and here's a prototype of a death beam gun.
I know you'll be safe, but take this grenade with you. Take this arsenal. It'll keep you safe. Take some stun grenades while you're at it. Jesus Christ.
If things start to get to go south in the tower, take out Cherry Top and let this corpse pave the way to your survival. Mom, you're scaring me. Like clockwork.
All's well that ends well, it seems. I'm happy Tita got her mom to recognize her skill and passion.
It's a big relief, yes. So is she okay with her going or not? You're so cute, LP. They are an amazing mother-daughter duo, aren't they?
Yeah, but I think you and the chairman make quite a pair too. She gave you full authority on this, right?
It's not as grand as you're thinking. She just said it in her usual clipped manner. Use whatever Reinford has that you want. But hey, she said it, so I'm going to do it. I'll do whatever is in my power as a daughter of the Reinford family. You're amazing. We'll be counting on you then. The CGF also thanks you for the weapons and orbital boats provided. I'm just happy to do what I can to help. The future belongs to all of us, so we need to work as a team to get it back.
I couldn't agree more.
Then, let's continue our side of the preparations.
Jesus. Okay, before I talk to you guys again.
A further retributive tower was built from weapons scrapped by the Reinford Company and Erebonia. Just how far in advance did the Supreme Leader have to plan for this construction that goes beyond thorough?
Oh wait, you're a shop, I forgot.
Don't have much, but
Give me. Oh, do I not have a single one of these? I'll take 2.
as much as I don't like how the war evolved Reinford's military tech, in times this turbulent, we can't leave anything off the table. We have the company's full support. We'll be as well equipped for the infiltration as we can possibly be. My mother granted me full authority over the company. Might as well make the most of it.
Damn.
It was a relief to finally tell my mom how I feel. I'm not sure if I would have had the courage under different circumstances.
That's understandable. I'm happy for you, Tita.
And good news. Repairs are all done on the orbital gear so I can roll out whenever. Now I just want to see us getting things going. This infiltration mission will be successful. I just know it. My little angels are grown up. I'm so proud, but I'd be lying if I said it didn't make me a teeny bit lonely too. Oh, Adios, now's not the time to gripe, is it? I know she's about as safe as she'll ever be, so I need to have faith and put my full focus on getting my end of the work done. The rest is up to you. Go out there and make us proud.
We won't let you down, Professor.
We'll see this through to the end with Tita.
Okay. That's the building done. Now for the harbor. Okay, Kate.
Hey everyone, I take it the strategy meeting wrapped up?
Yeah, so you're going to be patrolling the city, Kate.
I am, but I wouldn't exactly call it a regular old patrol given the situation. I'm spending most of my time explaining what's happening to the citizens to quell panic and relieve their anxiety. I hope it helps bring everyone together besides just putting their minds at ease. Me too. After everything they've been through with the EDF, I'm sure they could use a friendly face from the CPD right now. That's the hope anyway. Fingers crossed. Oh, and if you're looking for Franz, he was assigned to escort some of the 1st Division's detectives to the prison. And the 2nd Division's top guns are helping with the prep for the big operation. It's good the city is free again, but we don't exactly have time to take a breather. I'm ready to go all out and show what a little Crossbell pride looks like.
That's the spirit. You're right there with you, Kate.
We're gonna stop that tower from firing again. Come Gehenna or high water. Who's here?
Oh. A bunch of people started shipping letters out to... Oh, wait. Oh no! They did not adjust his path! Oh no! His running path is now blocked. He gets blocked in by the car. Oh, that is sad. That's really sad. Bishop cannot run. He cannot Sonic. Hey, Koki, I just got off of work. When will the next batch be ready? And a little bit longer. The mouthfeel is completely different if you don't manage the boiled water just right. Listen to you. I can tell you've learned a lot since you started working here. You really know your stuff. Oh, if it isn't Vazi and the SSS. You guys here for lunch too? Let's just say the aroma beckoned us to see what smelled so good. No, that's what I like to hear. Here, just finish the fresh batch. Have some. Thank you.
Wow, this soup looks so tasty that it's practically shimmering.
That's my original recipe. I came up with it when I was still just a beginner. Let me know if you want seconds. I'll be happy to make more. We've had our hands full serving up noodles for the CGF and police to cheer them on. You guys are preparing for a big operation, aren't you? I'm sure whatever's going down will be bigger than we've ever seen before, but I know you guys will come through. Thanks, Hazel. We will. Hey, I was right. I was thinking it. He has to sell the recipe, right? Nice. Okay. It feels great to be able to support the Guardian Force with some grub right now. As long as there are still hungry folks around, I'll wash dishes until my hands bleed or do whatever else I can to help. Wear washing gloves. Then your hands are gonna be fine. There are quite a few youngsters in the city with a backbone, my disciple included. There's nothing life can throw at you that you can't overcome. Much like my pupil walking the path of Noodle. His journey isn't over yet, but he's added his own take to the process, resulting in some impressively thick noodles. Give them a try if you have the time. Yeah, now that I'm looking at it as well, he is not the shop currently. He really handed it over to Koki for a while. Well, that's progress, buddy. Okay, who is here in the back to get him out of the way? Oh. Whew, I ate way too much. The food here is better than ever, and the fact I got hooked up with extra toppings means I can't resist even if I try. Well, now that my stomach's full, I need to get back to work. Work has been piling up ever since the Iba Defense Force took over the city. Is this open? Oh, it is. Is someone in? Oh shit, they're actually back. The little shit is back too. And that shit is back too. Alright. I see the SSS has brought a fair few unfamiliar faces with them today. Be that as it may, Master Cao and Master Jin have ordered me to allow you to pass. Proceed to your leisure. Hello. Well, it's good to see you all again.
Welcome, members of the SSS. And to you especially, my dearest Ellie. The fucking sparkles. Jin, I heard you left Crossbell. Don't tell me you left Calvert to come back now of all times. And? What's so odd about that? I have my reasons. That said, I'm disappointed to hear my very own Heiwu conspired with that villain Supreme Leader to harm you, Ellie. I know it's far too late, but you have my sincerest of apologies. Come on, Jin. You don't have anything to apologize for. As for you, Sal, you're not the man I thought you were. Was your little scheme why you convinced grandfather to have me sent home? Come now, you're looking at me so disdainfully. I give you my word that I did it with your safety in mind. We did temporarily cooperate with the Supreme Leader, but it was simply so we could investigate his intentions. Keep your friends close and your enemies closer, as it were. Isn't our cooperation in liberating the city earlier proof of that? Stop playing coy with me. Regardless, let me say that the Retributive Tower far exceeds what we could have imagined. I don't particularly enjoy letting my enemies gain an advantage, but we simply have no answer for something like that. Now we have no choice but to lend our aid to your infiltration efforts. Because it's in the best interest to protect Heiwu, the continent, and Master Jin, of course. How very like you, Sao. Though I suppose that's why I trust you to cooperate. You'll work with anyone if it means protecting your interests. True enough. I'll give you credit for assisting with the liberation mission. Hopefully your connections with the Republic will be useful. Ignoring Sao, I'm thinking of getting in touch with father, grandfather, and my sister to ask for their cooperation as well. It's my duty to take the initiative if I'm to be the next head of the house.
With his sister, huh? I wonder... Actually, yeah, I wonder how many more of his family members you can actually meet in the future games, considering it's taking place in Calvert and all. But I guess we'll see. I give my word I will do anything and everything to protect that beautiful smile of yours, Ellie. That little guy is really shooting his shot. Thank you, Jin. I'll hold you to that. My grandfather, father, and sister all have pull with Calvert's movers and shakers. They should be able to lend their help. I only wish there was more I could do for my dearest Ellie. Though rest assured I return here for a reason and intended to make myself useful. Give me time and I'll produce results. Okay. It is most unfortunate that we were unable to look into the tower beforehand, but I hesitate to say all hope is lost. There is still time to right the ship, but it will take all of us doing our part. Good luck out there. Master Jin persuaded the elders to allow his return to Crossbell. I can hardly say I'm surprised. So long as he's here, we will risk our lives to keep the master safe. Alright then. Okay.
Now then.
Right. Oh. This is a meeting. Hey Laura, V. Didn't the two of you say you were going to patrol the city's outskirts? Yep, just got back actually. We bumped into a pretty big monster while patrolling. And there it is. There are cryptids all about, probably.
Lynn and her crew gave us a hand after they spotted us during their rounds too. It's unusual to see monsters that dangerous so close to the city limits. We can't afford to ignore the monsters given what happened before the signing ceremony. What's strange is it feels like they're popping out of nowhere, which is not unlike the Great Twilight. I would wager the tower's influence is what's causing it. One more reason to take care of that thing. We're going to keep patrolling and wiping out monsters until the operation begins. Thanks, you two. That would be a huge help. That was only the first time we've worked together, but you already lived up to your hype, Sylphid. And you're not too shabby either, Laura. It's a shame you're not part of the guild. And please, you flatter me. Our positions may be different, but the Arcade School has always held the guild in high regard. Both sides strive to protect people, after all. Everyone welcomes the opportunity to fight alongside you, especially Fee. She's just the dose of cute, cuddly adorableness that I need injected straight into my veins. A woman of culture. Did anyone else just hear the sound of red flags being raised? Nice. Aeolia, could you show a little restraint, please? Sorry about her, but don't worry, she's harmless.
Is she? If you say so.
It looks like we can count on the two of you in a fight at the very least.
I can vouch for that. We'll take care of any large monsters we see to help out too. Hey, updates. Hey, they're done. Subjugation, Laura. Laura encounters a frenzied monster while on patrol, but it falls easily with the help of some bracers. She wonders if it's connected to the tower. Fee, co-op mode. Fee bumps into Lynn and Aeolia by chance. The three of them take down a giant frenzied monster, each of them impressed by each other's skills.
Sorry for worrying you like that. I've got things covered from here. We're going to help with the operation too. We're going to do what we can until things get going. A monster hunt out to make for a decent warm-up before the operation gets underway. Not to mention, it's a great opportunity for Fee and I to hone our teamwork. I say bring on the monsters. Let's have at them. A Taito user and licensed medic. That's one bracer combination you don't see every day. Looks like they make a pretty good team though. I think they'll be a big help during the operation. If you're wondering who Scott is, where Scott is, he's on patrol over by Morica. He promised that he'll get in touch if he finds any large monsters out that way so we can rendezvous. You guys should take care of any you spot on your patrols too.
Will do. They will probably be dropping they'll be probably dropping some shards of a very particular ore. Oh my god. That is a wombo combo. Wait, this is a different fishing spot. What? Was that here before?
This should be a good fishing spot.
Sure. It's a good fishing spot. I don't think this was successful before.
This will be good.
But is it gonna be all the same fish as the other one? Only one way to find out.
Bye.
Yeah, I think it's the same thing. That's fine.
A nice catch.
That's fine, Zero.
I'm up.
Okay, renew aficionado.
A bite.
Yeah, it's the same fish over and over again. Okay.
Nice. Not bad at all.
Okay, you two randos. It looks like everyone's finished preparing. We'll also be done soon. It's about time to gather together and prepare to begin the operation. Guardian Force and Police will both be departing from the Harbor District. Neither side has much experience fighting on the water, but now's the time to show them our Crossbell spirit. We can do this. Wait. Before I talk to these two. Alright, it's down that way. Yeah, not really visible from here. Okay. Anyway. Oh, it's...
Oh, I bet there's good fishing to be had.
the fucking Nine Valley airship. The fuck?
Nice.
Small fish.
Well, it's not bad.
Can...
On guard.
You can still not fish, right? Yep. Rufus! You ass.
This'll be good.
Learn to fish. Embrace the fishing.
It's a nice catch.
You're not a fully fledged protagonist of these games until you
Engaging.
fish.
Right.
We should be able to fish here.
Oh, shut up, Swin. You are already a protagonist. Hey, Irene. You guys keeping busy out there? What's up? Things have been pretty wild ever since the Liberation mission ended. I've known you were in town, Rex, but I had no idea you were coming too, Vivi. You rushed here after the city was liberated. Bingo! Linda and I hitched a ride with Hugo and his crew. They expedited my travel papers as a special correspondent for the Imperial Chronicle. The plan is to cover the tower operation with Rex. Wow, you've really hit the ground running. Getting access isn't hard since everything happened in Crossbell has a direct effect on what happens in Erebonia. It gives me the chance to dust off my war photographer chops and take another future front cover shot. I'll be sure to capture the moment you guys save the day, so make it a real banger. We won't disappoint. I know that, together with the SSS, we're going to put an end to this once and for all. You had better, and get when you get back. And I called it. And when you get back, I called dibs on the first interview with your friends in sunglasses and his cute dolly. Oh, someone's popular? I doubt anything I could tell you would be fit for publication. I'm not sure why you would interview me, but I don't think there's a future where I'm in an article either. Don't sweat the deets. Nobody knows what the future will bring. Yeah, no need to rush a decision right now. Keep it in mind, and we'll talk it over after you all get back from being heroes. Nice. But also... Rex, Imperial Reporter. Rex speaks to Crossbell as the operation looms near, excited to relay the feelings of its citizens to Erebonians at home. Vivi, the people's voice. Vivi speaks to Imperials as the operation looms near, discovering that many of them wish to deepen their understanding of Crossbell's people and rich culture. Okay. East Street. Oh, wait. I haven't been in the newspaper. Probably just the receptionist in there. And maybe one guy. Oh, never mind. She's here. Oh, boy. Hi. You did what? I must be hearing things because it sounded like you just said you went to Nord to follow up on a lead about the missing prince. That's why you skipped the signing ceremony. You're out of your mind. I'm sorry. The info was sensitive, so I couldn't risk telling anyone. My bad. Didn't mean to worry you so much. But thanks to that, I got tons of leads on the EDF's movements in Erebonia and up-close coverage of Prince Oliver. Scoops galore. Not that we'll be able to publish much of it. I'm just going to cut my losses. I know better than to try to rein you in. Oh, come to think of it. I read everything that you published in the special issue. Talk about articles with impact. Hey, I've got pride as a journalist too, you know? I just did what I could. I have to write for the special issue, help with the liberation operation, and do a lot of location coverage. I'm completely beat. Come on, where's the Crossbell Times fire in your belly? You guys are killing it. Give up this role and the next special issue should be a real gem. Did you say next special issue?
It just so happens Prince Oliver has a few tricks up his sleeve, so we're going to have to make work to do. Up and Adam, Reigns, we've got to scoop out the perfect spot to take photos and footage from.
I mean, I did hear from one of my contacts that he was up to something, but I didn't think that he'd lead me to doing coverage. Wait, we're going now?
Well, looky what we have here. If it isn't the SSS in Class 7. I just got back from Erebonia, but I've heard all about your operation to liberate the city. Good stuff. I'll be covering the rest of your brave exploits from here on out, so look forward to that.
Mm-hmm.
Man, Grace is like a whirlwind when she gets like this. Still, I'm glad to see she's alright.
I think she'll be back to her usual self in no time.
The SSS is giving their all, so we should
all be pitching in our best efforts. Young people these days have so much energy, and they know how to get things done to boot. Take that Rex from the Imperial Chronicle. He got us some great photos for the special edition, and it's only the tip of the iceberg. And there's that Vivi woman. I've met her a handful of times, and she's impressively unflappable.
It was so good to find out that Grace has been safe this entire time, but to go from all of that to immediately writing some of the articles for the special edition, wow. I don't know where she finds the energy. Her journalistic spirit never fails to humble me.
The printers really came through for us again this time. Despite all the hassle, I'd like to think the articles we compiled will light the fire in our readers' hearts. There may be no rest for the weary right now, but it's times like these that I really want to get our paper in front of people. Okay. Not letting me. Okay, now East Street. Okay, building first. Oh, hey, this is where she is. She's with Mom.
Hey Noe, hi everyone. You came to pay Mom a visit too? Fran told me all about the mission to stop the tower. You two and the SSS will be taking part, won't you? You're fine with going up against something so dangerous? Mom, I've seen you two off into danger countless times. I know you'll come home to me, but that doesn't stop a mother from worrying. I won't sugarcoat it. This is a dangerous mission, but it doesn't mean we're without hope. More importantly, if we don't put a stop to the tower, we may lose Crossbell for good this time. I have to do this, Mom. I have to see this through to the end, even if it means pushing myself to the limit. No, he's right. I feel the same way. I've never had to navigate an operation like this from the water, but I'm going to do everything I can to make this mission work. I won't tell you not to worry about us, Mom. All I want is for you to also know that we'll be coming home. Oh, Noelle, I know you will. I can see it in your eyes.
Hi, Zamra. How's it going?
I know I must sound like a broken record at this point, but I'll never stop believing in you. Best of luck to you two. I'll see you soon. Yeah, see you soon, Mom. Just watch us. I swear it on my police badge that we're going to pull this off. Good luck out there, Noe. As much as I don't want to see you go, I'll be rooting for you from here the whole way. Thanks, Fran. We won't let you down. I can tell you two have made up your mind. There's nothing left for me to do now but cheer you both on from the sidelines. I'm sure you'll both come back safe and sound, but even so, be careful.
Oh god, the building is really full of people.
My little brother Hazel came running over as soon as the city was freed. He looked so riled up. I was scared he'd gotten into another fight or something. But it turns out he'd be helping out with the operation, together with his buddies from his gang days. I thought he'd finally mellowed out after getting a job, but I guess he's as rambunctious as ever deep down. It sure sounds like it. Not that it's necessarily a bad thing, I'd argue. Right? These days I'm inclined to agree. Seeing my little brother act so foolhardily has actually been kind of inspiring in a way. Even if the situation has worsened, we're all still moving forward. We just have to keep our eyes looking straight ahead. Good. Who's here? Oh, the kids? Okay. Are you telling me there might be another war? If that happens, what are they going to do with Father? I can't take this. Hey, calm down, Sunita. I'm pretty scared too, you know, but I know everything's going to be okay. The grown-ups are all trying to stop that from happening right now. They won't let anything bad happen to us, I promise. You mean it? You sound so mature compared to him. I'm still just a child. I want to be an amazing stockbroker just like Father when I'm older, oh boy. I've got some growing up to do if I want to be a real woman. What is this text? I can't let you got be the only mature one around here. Alright, good luck. Where's the kitty? Meow. Ma'am? When Crossbell was under siege, my head would often feel light and foggy. It was really bothersome. But thanks to my family and neighbors looking out for me, I feel a lot better now. Just hope I can repay the favor to them all one of these days. I've been in such a cleaning mood today that I tidied up not just our apartment but the lobby too. What can I say? It feels nice to do good things for other people. I don't intend to stop either. I want to help my family and the other residents however I can. Bond? According to the Crossbell Times, I guess you guys in the SSS are gearing up for your big operation. Be careful, I wish I could do more than just root for you all. But know that plenty of us are waiting for your safe return. Thanks, Bond. Your thoughts are more than enough, I promise. Just keep out of danger, Bond. Please don't do anything stupid anymore. Okay. I can finally go outside now that the EDF is out of the picture. I don't know just how much I needed the fresh air until I could breathe it in again. It feels so much better. If only we could take care of the Supreme Leader's off-the-wall plans as well. We're going to attack other countries. What's going to happen to Crossbell if we screw up? Nothing good. Well, things in the city are looking much better. Chairman Morse wants us to go around and help people know we're distributing supplies once the situation calmed down. We'll figure out how to distribute evenly, even if we get a big line. You want loud? I got your loud. Let's turn this volume up. What the fuck? What the fuck is... What's up, people? The Business Owners Association is out here handing out supplies every day for free. For free. What the fuck? Keep it down. You're being too loud. Yo, how's it going, CGF chick? What's up, Vazzy? I am sorry about him. We're helping out the Business Owners Association. He's just a little too excited about it. Enough that we'll be turning people off from freebies at this rate. What? Come on! How do you expect people to get excited if I'm not excited? The logic's sound. I'm sure you'll have people lining up in no time. Just try not to disturb the public much. And she's stuck. Keep Luganov in check, got it. And make sure everyone knows we're here to help. Ma'am? This is wrong. No matter the reason, we can't oppress people like this. Power must be wielded responsibly. Using it to bend others to your will is as wrong as it gets.
Well said. Oh shit! Hi! You are here, both. What the fuck? Are you married? Is that you, Becky? Hugo? What are the two of you doing here?
Long time no see, Reen. Why the dramatics?
Isn't it obvious? You're here to conduct business.
Chairman Morse told me Crossbell was short on supplies due to how limited distribution was during the occupation. I figured they could use a hand once the city was liberated, so I brought as many goods as I could wrangle up. Even Edel and her farm pitched in. Only sour thing is, as I was running around the Empire making my preparations, this jerk had to go and spot me.
Please, you know as well as I do that cooperating was the right thing to do. You never would have had gotten a low enough price on daily necessities to hand out if not for Kleist & Co.
Why, you little...
It works out swimmingly for us too. We've been hoping to gain ground in the Crossbell market again. It took quite a bit of Mira, but I'm glad we're back in the good graces of their Business Owners Association.
You do realize that sort of talk makes you sound like you haven't learned your lesson.
You two are the same as ever.
Anyway, we'll be cooperating as best as we can with the operation. We've already spoken to the RMP and have a little surprise prepared.
Such is the life of being Thor's graduates. Let us know if there's anything more we can do to help, Reen. I will. Thanks a lot. Good lord. They got added and immediately completed. Becky, a go-getter at NA Thor's graduate. Determined to turn a better profit than her rival Hugo, she started up her own business association. Supporting business, Becky reaches out to her Thor's contacts to bring loads of goods to Crossbell when distribution halts, displaying her pure brilliant entrepreneurial spirit. Words. Hugo Kleist & Co. The Kleist & Co. heir and a Thor's graduate. Though their rivalry may appear bitter to some, he and Becky are on friendly terms. I will be actually surprised if those two don't actually get married at some point. They're already hot and cold the entire time. Foresight. Hugo departs the Empire to focus on Crossbell's incredible business market, proving his business sense to be sharper than ever. Oh god. The child with the lisp. Immediately. I was so scaffed? Oh, Jesus. I can't speak like that. I was so scared listening to the Supreme... Jesus. Supreme Reader... Oh my god. Why every second word is... sure. But boy, the boy is great, however. But boy said it'll be okay. We just have to get through this as best as we can. If my... Oh, Jesus Christ. For my feel or the big brother says it'll be fine, then it must be true. Way to burn your brother. So I'm just gonna focus on helping him win his stall. Good for you. Good for you. My former freeloading brother. Jesus Christ, Roy. You got destroyed by your sister. As soon as the city was free of communications, as soon as the city was free and communications restored, Becky rang me up right away. I knew she was quite a capable young woman, but I was still gobsmacked by how many supplies she managed to secure. It's not just her who's impressed me. Roy's begun to think proactively about Business Owners Association as well. Why, even the young people who used to be delinquents are volunteering to help now. Between the SSS and everyone else, Crossbell is fortunate to have so many good eggs within their next generation. It certainly makes my life easier. Good. Okay, Roy. Boy, am I glad those Erebonians showed up when they did. If this thing turned out into another war, we'd be dealing with more shortages and price hikes, and nobody wants that. I thought to try and maintain some order. Figured maybe if I distribute supplies or some such, folks would calm down. But I was clearly in over my head. Guess goes to show just how much I still have to learn as a salesman. Well, can't beat myself up for doing my best. Still, I could really stand to take a page or two out of those Erebonians' books. Are you selling anything of interest? Besides ingredients? No. And I have enough of those ingredients for now. Also need to remember to go through the rest of the recipes, because I think... Hold on. While it's on my mind... Oh. Am I missing any? Yeah, I'm missing a couple of recipes. They are probably... Some are probably in the corridor still. In chests. Okay. Things are still a mess right now, but we should be getting stock in from all over tomorrow. So to make room for the new, me and Etna decided to sell out our current vegetable stock ASAP. So just take some. You thieves, it's on us. Thanks? Are you sure? Sure as can be. Just make sure you eat them well. Wow, thank you so much. Thank you, really. Dad's been dying to stand front and sell ever since we took refuge. You won't find a truer merchant than him, and that's why I respect him so much. Nice. Also, are you selling anything else? No. Okay, next is the Bracer Guild. Well, this is a meeting. There you are, instructor. I had been wondering where you were. What's up? Hey, perfect timing. Oh, so? We just managed to get in touch with the Bracer Guild HQ in Le Mans State. The Supreme Leader went and declared war, so now the guild has to gather its forces and step in. That's another factor that puts how dire the situation is into perspective. The guild is acknowledging that this relates to the entire continent by getting involved. Well, it's not like everyone here represents the guild or anything. Some people just like to stick their noses into other people's business. Why, whatever do you mean? I merely thought it would be best if I could help the Bracer Guild and the Rhineford Group coordinate. The Rhineford Group would be more than happy to provide as much equipment and information as possible, naturally. I had to admit it, but that would be a huge load off our shoulders. Even the special train they set up between here and the Empire was the work of Rhineford and Kleist & Co., so I've got to hand it to them. You mean the one bringing supplies in? Kinda now it's gone a long way at calming down the chaos in the city. Not that it will last. Things are only going to get worse until we do something about the tower. So it really stings if we can't expect any help from abroad soon. I know. HQ is one thing, but getting in touch with each country's branches has been tough with all of the chaos. I wouldn't expect anyone to make it on their own, seeing as most mass transit is still down. Still, I'm not giving up just yet. I'll keep in contact with who I can reach to have all of us on the same page. That would go a long way. Thanks, Michelle. We're going to give it our all too. Exactly. Let's keep making our final preparations and not leave anything undone before we begin the operation. Good thinking. We should all make sure not to neglect our equipment either. 9 Mile is right across the street, so we can drop by later to stock up. Got it. Let's get this done, people. Whoops. Sarah, keeping sharp. With Calamity just around the corner, Sarah ensures that the equipment to reach out to the Guild HQ and fellow Bracers is in working order. Michelle, contacting HQ. Michelle is quick to reach out to the Bracer Guild's HQ for reinforcements after Supreme Leader Rufus' declaration of war. Can't help but wonder how things are going over at the IBC.
Shall I check on Tita for you? It's no trouble. I was already planning to meet up with Lady Elisa when we were done here.
Thanks, but that's alright. I don't want to bother her when she's busy. You don't have to be pushy to show someone you're there for them.
Wow, that's pretty suggestive. My, how romantic.
Oh, whatever. Think what you want. Anyway, you all had better be ready for this. There isn't going to be any turning back.
Actually, that reminds me that I got a hold of him recently. He let me know he's booking it to make it here as fast as he can. He might just make it make it with a little luck.
Oh? Who? Zin? No.
Fingers crossed it goes without saying that it wouldn't hurt to have him in our back pocket again.
I'm blanking out on who is she talking about. We'll see.
The Bracers are all as dependable as ever, not that I expected anything less than the best from them. The only thing left now is to execute the plan. I shall, of course, lend you my aid however I can. Meager though it may be. Just so you know, I have my Bracers doing jobs to help around the city. They all have their reasons for coming back, but they've always had one thing in common. They want to protect Crossbell. No reason we can't all we can't all work together, right? We're gonna stick this one out no matter what happens.
Alright, Bracer Guild done. Night Valley. Jingo is here, of course. Oh boy. Right, the Red Constellation is in town as well.
You're gonna use the rocket launcher again, right, Mama? Damn straight. Make sure you hold on to the rudder, Jingo. This is a good chance for you to test your airship handling during mid-air combat. I can handle a dogfight. That thing looks pretty beefy, but I'm sure we'll be fine. And now they're talking about the same operation that we are, but it doesn't make this conversation any less unsettling. Well, if it isn't my favorite customers. So you guys are working with the SSS too? I suppose so. It's a long story.
Good to be working with you again.
Well, look at that. All our guests of honor in one place. I'll even sell you the top shelf stuff, so be sure to take a look. Yeah, but make it quick. We've got to prep work to do. We've got prep work to do too, you know.
Sure. Check the bargain bin. Michelin Wonderland ticket, I'll take it. Okay. Oh my god, 200 U material. Holy shit. Yeah, no. Oh, wait. Yeah, I think I'm good. I'll need the U materials. Good to see you, young master. You as well, SSS. I see you're here to prepare for the operation. Hell, we really botched the timing if we bumped into you guys. It's been a while since I've seen you, Zax. What, since the last independence scuffle a few years ago? Come on, Captain. Don't be like that. Not that I blame you after last time, but business is business, you know.
Yes, but this contract has nothing to do with the young Miss or Commander Sigmund. That should be enough to satisfy you. So you're saying this is a job your squad took on personally? I haven't forgotten the Red Constellation were the ones who were contracted to attack Crossbell City and set it ablaze. But I also realize there are more pressing matters than what happened then. We'll take the firepower on our side this time. My sentiments are the same. We'll borrow your talents as long as you don't intend to do any more harm to Crossbell. We can discuss how you can atone for your sins over 2 years ago, after we've reclaimed our futures. Damn, you guys know how to hold a grudge. I have my own thoughts on Miss Orlando's actions. Well, either way, business is business. We look forward to working together. I heard Garcia Rossi is helping out. Huh, he and I clashed constantly back in the day when he was running with Zephyr. I never thought we'd end up on the same side. Fate's got a funny way of working out. The plan is for us to provide backup during the operation. Don't worry, this is strictly business. We'll do our part as long as we're getting paid. Well, hope you will. Hope you will, friendos. Guys, Becky and Kleist & Co. have both helped make it possible to finally start restocking at last. They partnered up with the Business Owners Association, and whatever they did, it paid off big for the rest of us. It all proves that business is nothing without making connections with the people behind them. Oh boy, Fisherman Guild. Oh, really? Only you in here? Oh, are they somewhere around the country? I guess West Street's planning a food drive while the Business Owners Association hands out supplies free of charge. Ain't it amazing how people can come together? We'd best do our part at the Fisherman's Guild while we're at it. The branch manager and the others went out to try and find ways to cooperate together through the power of fishing. Might wanna head over to the sandbar on Ursus Road if you wanna catch him. Oh my god, is it a fishing tournament? Are they holding a fishing tournament? And hey, if you do, lend a hand while you're at it, yeah? Appreciate it. Just in case. Just in case, gonna stock up on that. Okay. Don't really need any of those. Jeez. Okay. Buck was right. Giving away all of our vanilla Yubishi was the right move. I'm happy people are now paying for more, but more than that, I'm happier people like how it tastes. If you only say something to make a profit, you're bound to sell nothing at all. It's better to sell something you love. I know it sounds obvious, but it's one of those obvious vital things you lose sight of after a while. Us handing out free vanilla Yubishi is paying dividends, because we've got more orders than we can handle. Only now we're fresh out of stock. I need to talk to our supplier ASAP. Well, you say you're out of stock, but I'm still buying 5. Ha! Okay, first. It's not gonna let me, right? Yep. Never gonna see the district, apparently. Never ever. Shame. Who's here? Oh my god. Alright then.
I was holed up at home during the occupation, so you have no idea how much I've missed the grub here. But once I'm done eating, I've gotta get right back to making deliveries. Sucks, but there's no use complaining about it. You've gotta work to eat. Oh, what the... What is happening here? Is she cooking?
Risha, it's really you. Looks like you brought the SSS and some other friends too. Thank goodness. I was hoping to see your face when we came here, San-san. Yep, I came back with the speaker and everyone else once the city was liberated. Daddy is finally back to his old self thanks to you and your friends. I'm so happy.
Please forgive me, San-san. I didn't mean to cause you so much worry. You too, Finn. I don't know what came over me.
We're just glad you're back to normal, Master. Yeah. All we wanted was for things to go back the way they were.
At least it seems like the effects of the brainwashing have worn off.
That's a huge relief.
I'm in your debt, everyone. This isn't nearly enough to cover it, but please take these. Hey, free shit.
Wow, these look delicious. And fresh too. Hey, can I have some? Can I?
My word. At least sit down first. This was all because the Supreme Leader was using some kind of dark power. But it can't be that simple. It must also have been because I lack resolve as a chef. Which is why I'm going back to basics and starting my training over from scratch. This is your way of atoning for what happened, Master. In that case, I'll join you and do the same.
That is going to retrain himself? He might become a more skilled chef than ever before. Yeah, just imagine it. Super Zheng Huey.
Not to get too far ahead of ourselves, but I think we're all looking forward to trying your father's new and improved cooking.
I know you still have to fight Risha, so I'd be lying if I said I wasn't worried. But I know you can do it. I'll be waiting. Thank you so much, San-san. I'll be back before you know it.
Aw. Okay, same thing. Don't need that. Don't need that. You just literally handed me all of that. Okay. You're gonna be training with him. I know San-san had a difficult time as well. I'm relieved that she is okay. Now is the time for me to retrain myself throughout. Okay. Basically reiterating the same thing. Oh boy, what is going on here?
Goodness, it's wonderful to see you all again. Dually informed us on the details of the meeting. We'll all be participating in the operation.
That's great to hear. Man, you guys really stick out like a sore thumb.
We can go wherever we want, thank you very much. You know what they say about fighting on an empty stomach? We were a threat to this land during Crossbell's last bid for independence. I won't allow anyone to disturb our master's final resting place. I swear, it as the head of the Stahlritter. We promise to lend our strength during this operation. Indeed. We may have crossed blades before, but we hope our strength proves useful, SSS. And the same goes to your friend in the sunglasses. Though if you waver even a little bit during the mission, I won't hesitate to plunge an arrow into your heart.
Do what you must, but I assure you I do not intend to pull any punches.
Understood. We'll be counting on you, Knights of the Stahlritter.
Who'd have thunk we would someday team up with them back when we fought them at the Stargazer's Tower?
I certainly didn't, but I'm glad to have them on our side.
Yep, that was the first encounter with them. All the way back then.
By the way, Dually, about the operation. We have an idea. Do you mind if we head out after this? That's fine. What kind of idea did you have in mind? You'll see. You still haven't gotten in touch with us, so things are still up in the air.
It sounds like the Stahlritter is preparing for the operation. We need to make sure we're ready too.
I figured I wouldn't be needing my armor for a stroll around town. Judging by how you two are dressed, I'm not sure I should have bothered. At any rate, I'll be in top form for the operation. So, see to it that you do the same. I suppose I have no choice but to place my faith in you all, and that fool in the sunglasses. Expect you to lay your lives on the line for this, understood? Now go and watch your backs.
Thanks.
I see we have a number of bracers joining us for today's operation. Between them, the SSS and the man in the sunglasses. This is quite a unique group of people coming together.
Definitely is. Random tourist. This has been one crazy vacation. I really owe it to the owner of the lottery, owner for letting me stay here through it all. Okay. Okay. I think this is East Street done, right? Yep. Let's go now to Central Square. Jesus Christ. And this is only the city. This is only the city. This is only the city. This is only Crossbell City. After the city, there's still... Well, Cathedral is kind of part of the city still. Highway is gonna be fine, just track over this. Nothing new there apparently, but sure, I'm just gonna run through it. Armorica Village is small. Ancient Battlefield probably has a fight at least. Just a track through probably with a fight somewhere. Probably nothing. Oh my god, so many. Oh my god. Oh my god.
The citizens are relatively calm for being so close to a large, dangerous weapon.
It was like that with the Azure Tree. And the days leading up to the last war, too.
They're kinda used to it.
I think they just get that it's better to focus on how they can help rather than panic.
Humans are strong in the most unexpected ways.
You said it.
It's simply called, you get used to it. You simply get used to it. Okay. It feels like I've woken up from this awful nightmare ever since we were freed from the EDF. What about the tower though? Think it could keep enemies shaking in their boots the way the Empire's railguns have? No, I don't like that at all. I know it's for the good of Crossbell, but a weapon that can slaughter left and right sits awful with me. I truly hope the Supreme Leader rethinks using it. The occupation being all over means the Supreme Leader was just blowing smoke, right? Suppose we shouldn't be paying the whole thing any mind then. I've got time to think about what could have been. Then I've got time to hand out balloons and put smiles on kids' faces. Good job. You do that. Okay. We can finally resume contact with our regular trading partners now that the city has been freed. That means we can put in orders for items we're out of stock. Conten's primary goal remains to meet the needs of our customers, no matter the circumstances. I feel as though I need to work harder than ever to make up for all the time we've left our customers waiting. Ma'am?
I've wanted the latest Orbal vacuum cleaner from ZTF for some time. The manager agreed to order one for me right away. Talk about customer service. That's how Fernand has always been. Caring and willing to help when you need something. I don't know what I'd do without him. The Aben Defense Force pulling out means the former Governor General's uprising has been stopped, right? It's hard to ignore how similar the situation was to what happened a few years ago with Dieter Croy. Dictators are always destined to come topping down sooner or later, no matter how hard they try.
I mean, yes.
Hi there, welcome to again to Normal Store.
No more lurking.
I'm so relieved things aren't as tense as they were before. Crossbell is supposed to be a bright and hopeful place for everyone. Anything else just feels wrong, you know? Hmm? That's fine, buddy. Nothing from here. I guess I could upgrade the last people I need to upgrade. Oh wait. That's on the other station. Yeah, fine. Melting away. It was very, very hot. And judging by the weather forecast, it's gonna be super rainy over the weekend. And super stormy. Well, how about you? Hey everyone, congrats on the whole liberation mission. That was nice work. I'm sure it sure is a big relief to have those EDF weirdos breathing down my neck anymore. Not to have those EDF weirdos breathing down my neck anymore. Still, I can't believe the Supreme Leader was hiding a crazy weapon like that up his sleeve the whole time. It's totally nuts. As if things couldn't get any worse than they were. Well, if they thought we were going to just roll over, he's got another thing coming. Don't worry, me and the rest of the Ganton group plan to keep helping the police the best we can. That includes doing some orbital tuning, of course. Don't be a stranger if you need some upgrades. This United Nations super weapon business has gone far enough. Let's bust the whole thing down. Okay, yeah. Work from home. Then we had a business dinner. Business dinner from home. Okay. Alright. Ooh, buddy, you were expensive. Fuck it. Well, if the restaurants are good, they are good. What else is there to say? Okay, that covers you guys. Do I have this already? No. You already have this, but you don't have this. I was joking that the prices in Split are on par with prices in Norway now. Are they? I mean, to be fair, if you go in any of the tourist cities into a restaurant, you're probably gonna be paying way more than anything else, especially if the restaurants are around like tourist hotspots. Those are always way more expensive than anything else. Okay, you guys are equipped. It's like that one time when I was curious just how much the difference in prices is in like Dubrovnik's like old city. Around the old city. Essentially, if you go and eat anything or drink anything in the old city, you're probably gonna be paying for a coffee as much as you would be paying for a whole jumbo pizza. But funnily enough, any bar or cafe outside of the old city, just up the street anywhere,
is like just at normal prices and super cheap. Yep, that's true. Which I guess makes sense. They're trying to get stuff from, you know, the tourists and stuff. They're trying to get the money in, especially restaurants that are in like I said, in like old city cores. They are already paying a shit ton of money for just renting out the place. Hey kids, good seeing you. Same to you, Chief. We just wanted to touch base. Looks like the cleanup of those Zaubersoldat remains is done now. German newsletter posted a story how German people are complaining that food in Croatia is too expensive. Yeah, it's getting too expensive. It was always expensive, but they really... I wish more tourists would have it in their head not to actually purchase food in like the tourist hotspots and actually think about it. It's probably like in my own country. If I move like 100 meters to the right, I'm probably gonna find something super cheap. And yeah, I mean, it makes sense in Germany because, you know, higher living standards and shit. Yeah. I mean, yeah, look, prices in each country are literally based on living standards and wages. So, like, a piece of soap, if I buy it here or in Germany, is gonna be probably more expensive in Germany than here. Yeah, knock on wood. The Red Constellation came in handy for once. The city came out as unscathed as we could have hoped for. Pretty ironic them and Croy would be the ones coming to the rescue after setting the place on fire once. Yeah, Adios works in mysterious ways, but they are hired guns at the end of the day. They go where the Mira is. Well, I should be rolling out of here soon. I need to hook up with Dudley so we can start going over plans for the big operation soon. What's a guy gonna do to get a smoke break around here? Is a few minutes to breathe too much to ask? Look at the bright side. Missing your smoke breaks is doing wonders for your health. Physically, maybe. Not a smoker alive thinks it's good for their lungs, but we sure as hell need it for our sanity. On a serious note, I hope you kids know we're standing at an impasse for Crossbell and its future. So maybe laying off the smokes until this is all said and done isn't a bad idea. Wouldn't want to jinx anything. You must be serious about this if you're willing to give up smoking, even if it's only for an afternoon. The chief without a cigarette in his hand just doesn't feel right. All the more reason we should pull this off. I'm not sure enabling someone's bad habits is a good reason to go stop a super weapon, guys. It's good reason enough for me. Yeah, look. Inflation is a thing. Prices always go up. That's never gonna stop. As someone who worked for 5 years in a store over a decade ago, I can vouch for things continuously going up in small increments. You don't even notice it unless you are the one who is continuously putting up the price tags on the shelves. I guess. Do they not? I don't know. I always hear people complaining. Maybe it's just my circle of people. Just like old times. Don't worry about me. You kids get back to preparing for what's to come. You're gonna need it. Because we were brainwashed during the Yuga days. I guess that is true. Taking the city back was a test for the police, but what comes next is gonna challenge all of Crossbell. Look alive and knock 'em dead, kids. I want only the best of what the SSS has to offer, got it? Yes, sir. Hey, Sergey. Superstitious. Sergey resolves not to smoke until the operation is complete. He wouldn't dare say that unless he knew they were going to succeed.
But when it comes to COVID vaccination, I think people came to Markov Turk to compile. Oh yeah. That is another kind of brainwashing that was behind that shit. Idiots. Our weapons orbital systems took a pretty heavy hit against the Zauber soldiers. Gendon was quick to make repairs though. Really grateful they were when we needed them. You old man? The day feels a little brighter now that the defense force has been run out of town. That whatever. Still gives me the willies though. Well now, how goes the SSS today? I read in the Crossbell Times that you and a few other folks plan to put a stop to that thing. Makes me feel guilty how you're always getting saddled with the tough jobs, but I can also rest easier knowing it's on you. You know it, and thanks for the encouragement. Really? Also, my condolences. But really? Guess how many people asking Norway Zero? There's always gonna be idiots. There's always gonna be idiots asking stupid things. Just leave it to us. Okay. Oh god. Is it just me or are people like legit hating on Rufus right now? I thought we were already all really into him. I guess people don't like all the stuff he's been doing. But people can hate on him all they want. I'd still hit it. Yeah, he might be a dictator. I mean, we might have suffered under him. I'd still hit it. Another woman of culture. Girl, please, not if I get him first. And the second woman of culture. Look at that, you're so popular. It's certainly interesting to hear. Oh my. The worst part about being Rufus's #1 fan is no one is ever gets him as much as me, you know? Uh-huh. Hello, Earth to Rufus. Busting out a weapon that crazy is a little too gross. They have a... I don't know how big the writing staff is, because it's... Look, the plot line is written by one person mostly, but there are multiple people writing the story, especially the dialogue for the characters. Especially with how much dialogue there fucking is. Holy fuck, you're back. And I don't care who wrote it, because there's an equal amount of horny women and horny dudes in this. And they go for everything. It was pitier, wasn't it? Thank you so much. I never expected you to get in contact with workshops and our partnered stores in Erebonia. Don't mention it. Too bad it wasn't able to get in contact with all of them. I just wanted to get help. I just wanted to help the department store, the store and Cynthia as much as I could. Regardless, we are truly in your debt. Eric told me about much about you, but now I just see how much initiative you have. You think? Well, I'm a gal who gets things done. Uh-oh. Well, if it isn't Machias and his little friends. Don't go eavesdropping on me when I'm talking about my heroic exploits. You know we weren't trying to. Though it's good to hear your job at the department store is going well. Thanks. The place has looked out for me, so it's only fair that I pay my dues. Oh, and I already got my worker's visa renewed, so I ain't going anywhere. Oh, she's saying. Okay. I hear Cargo's doing some part-time work while I look for something permanent. So nothing's really changed for us two. We're still both finding our ways in life. Best of all, we can still get together and catch up over some good grub. Makia's Street. Makia's Street. I should hope the Accountability Inspectorate pays him a good salary. Well, as long as you're hanging in there, that's what matters. We're not completely out of the woods yet when it comes to the tower incident, so take care of yourself. Huh. I don't need a goody two-shoes like you to tell me that. You guys stick to your guns too, you hear me?
Paige is an incredible young lady now, isn't she? Is always quick to take the initiative. I'll need to kick myself into high gear with her around.
You'll need to kick yourself into like 5,000 gears higher with her around. Huh. I never thought she'd sneak her way into Crossbell under these circumstances. You really never know what you'll get with Paige. But I digress. I just need to focus on what I can contribute to this mess. I was so surprised when Paige came running here from Merabonia, and here I was sitting here moping about the future while she was out there making her future happen. I'm a little ashamed. I should take a page out of her book and put in the work to carve out my own future.
I know I'm Merabonian, but to be honest, I like the idea of Crossbell paving the ways to a united continent.
But now that I really think about it, it was very foolish of me.
Well, didn't learn nothing from the war. It's so embarrassing.
And now we're no longer under occupation, but things still feel pretty out of touch.
What?
But things still feel pretty touch and go.
There we go. Brain is shutting off.
Oh well, all I can do in a situation like this is keep selling food to keep people who are looking to buy it, you know? If I get myself too wound up about things I can't change, I won't even have time for my own business.
Oh? The young couple?
Have I really been talking to you about the Supreme Leader that much? Are you sure you aren't just imagining things?
You kidding me? You don't remember?
Well, it rings a little bit of a bell, so maybe, but I've been so out of it lately. Oh, never mind. How about we forget about him and start talking about details on our honeymoon?
Sure thing, sweetheart. Let's... Oh. Tell me.
Crossbell Times Emergency Special.
Hey, page turner.
And I'm gonna guess these are the final chapters for Moonless Morn.
Okay, I do need to read 2 more of these today, so that I don't forget.
I honestly don't know what happened, but I'm just happy my Jeanette is back to normal. I've already come up with all kinds of ideas for our honeymoon. I can't wait to share them with her. I've been feeling pretty out of it these days.
Okay, same thing. Who's up here?
That tower sure is something to whip out right at the last minute. That divine lightning is just awful too. He wants to rain down judgment? No, he just wants violence. I know the world doesn't run on hope, but I just can't accept this.
Okay, this is all the old shit.
There was a time when I was supportive of the Supreme Leader's plans, but now? No, thank you. I might be from a completely unrelated country, but even I'm sick of all the pain and sadness this is causing. And I'm not the only one who feels that way. That's how everyone should feel, period.
The Eben Defense Force has finally left the city. It's like waking from a terrible nightmare. But if that divine lightning is activated, it's clear as a cloudless day we'll have a new war on our hands. We have to do whatever we can to avoid that. I don't want any more people being sacrificed to war. All I can do is cheer on the people capable of stopping this madness, so I'll cheer until my lungs give out.
Okay. I heard news from an old friend goes to government sources. They say even those in the EDF burn themselves. The only problem left is that weapon above the lake, but I'm not worried. No matter what trouble we face, we have the youngsters in the SSS to protect us. I finally managed to get in contact with my family in Le Mans. I couldn't begin to tell you how much of a relief it was to hear my parents' voices. Crossbell really is a magnet for trouble. That is lightly putting it. Nice place to live in, though. Good lord, I'm fearing for my life in this place. But the living conditions are great. What? Okay. Ooh. Hello, Harold. Oh, thank goodness. It's so good to see you all okay. Good to see you're hanging in there, Harold. So, you guys just make it back from mines? Yes, I was worried about the state of the city, so we came here to lend our support. That aside, I received an update from the Guardian Force. You all are turning your attention to that super weapon now that the city has been freed, is that right? It is. The situation is less than ideal, but we can't afford to give up yet. You all have always been so strong. I can't even begin to tell you how much that strength has saved me and my family. Here, I know it's not much, but I want you to have this. Thank you! Goodness, this is so much. Thank you, Mr. Hayworth. We'll use it wisely. I can't help on the front lines the way all of you can, but I'll do everything in my power as a trader to help people in the city. And if I know my fellow Crossbellans, they haven't given up yet either. I'm cheering for all of you with everything I have. May Adios be with you. Thanks. I got to know Harold by doing business in Armorica. No, we're business buds. Investing in him has been worth my while, let me tell you. He's not the only one worth his while, though. Whatever Crossbell needs, I'm here to help. Uh-oh. Okay, you first. Sips? I read the special issue of the Crossbell Times. We've got all kinds of headache-inducing problems to deal with, but I was starting to feel a little bit of hope there. But you know, Crossbellans aren't quitters, myself included. Nothing will ever be so bad that it'll knock us down for good. Well said. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I personally don't have a problem with weird or monster parts as ingredients, but customers are a different story. We can't lie to them though, so we're letting them know that it's a seasonal dish instead. As long as they don't ask what's in it directly, we can cut corners with that. Call it our way of being considerate. Good lord. What are you doing, Stello? Salteo. So, I went and made a new menu item since we can't get our hands on ingredients these days, and customers love it. Its name, you ask? Monster-flavored condensed pasta with a fair dollop of mystery sauce. Or that's what it was called until Nono made me change it. Now it's Nature Breeze pasta with emerald sauce. Thank you, Nono. Personally, I feel the name I had gave it some charm. No, it did not. I wonder what she didn't like about it. The sweat droplet on Lloyd's head. Like, oh god. Oh no, I can buy it. Thanks for the recipe. I can't help but worry about how Salteo will handle coming up with new ideas on his own. But as long as Nono is there to steer him in the right direction, it'll probably be alright. I'm just so happy I'll be here to watch the new generation for this cafe live in person. Live in person. Jesus Christ. Who's up here? Random citizen? Yep. Okay.
The random citizens rarely have anything substantial. Oh, your entire family's here. Where's the cat? Where's Koppe? Huh?
Hi guys. I'm glad you're here. I want to say thank you cause you're why I can be with mommy and daddy again. So thank you.
We're so grateful to you for everything you've done. Couldn't put it better. You've saved us so many times at this point, and you give us the courage to keep going. And your kindness is the reason we can keep going.
Really? Then I gotta thank you bunches, you bunches more. I'll keep cheering you on.
Aww. Everybody gets cheers, even us.
I love it. I'm all fired up thanks to you.
God, I love the whole arc and story with her starting with like just being barely interested in who the SSS is and not being able to pronounce the name for however she tried.
Okay.
That was amazing. Ah, she's cheering. Sweet. No, stop it. I want to talk to your dad. I wonder where Koppe went. He was here just a second ago. He must have wandered back toward the SSS building at some point. I'll have to treat him to some delicious fish later for always keeping an eye on Mimi while we're out.
One of my Michelin Wonderland co-workers convinced me to come back home early. I thought Mimi would miss me more, so I was amazed to see how well she was doing. I don't mean that in a bad way. I'm glad she's been so comfortable, and I'm sure it's because of you.
I wonder if he's on the rooftop. That cat always liked to be on the rooftop. Well, if it isn't the SSS in Class 7. Quite the interesting group of faces you've got tagging along with you, too. If anyone's going to get this situation under control, it's probably the Stars stunned lineup you got on your hands. I'll look up to you if you need new... I'll hook you up if you need new weapons for what's ahead. Just give me a holler. Get out there and show us what you're all made of.
Thanks, Girond. That's a plan. We appreciate your assistance.
Oh shit! Oh! You actually have unique weapons for him, huh? I'll fucking take it.
But this one is probably not.
I don't think this... Yeah, no. Okay. Well, Lloyd got new weapons. Alright, SSS building. This is the final thing in here, then only two places in the city left. Good lord, Crossbell is large. Okay. Oh. Actually, are those events or are those the beds? No, those are the beds. Okay. Okay, rooftop. What is this meeting? Hi? So... Uh-huh? Okay, no one at this point can tell me that the other three are not some form of divine beast or something. Sides, you want to explain this meeting?
Hey, it's Sight and Koppe. Who are you new furry and feathered friends? This is incredible. The mere sight of this scene is warm and fuzzy enough to make my heart melt.
Greetings. These creatures wish to watch over your heroics. They were drawn to one another and became comrades. Though in the case of the one named Cerberus, he's here because his master told him to spread word about their store.
Cerberus promoting the store. You don't say. They've always got you doing the weirdest jobs, huh, boy?
That's Gaius' partner Zio. Is he trying to tell us something? This one in particular is quite sharp. Indeed, there is a fair wind blowing.
A fair wind?
Maybe Gaius would know.
Okay, I'm gonna go back to the tower just to talk to Gaius to see if he has to add something to this.
Fear not, you will understand when the time comes.
Hey, I want to know how to talk to animals too. Let me join. And me too. I've always wanted to have a conversation with Koppe.
Can you dumbasses hear yourselves? You're in deep shit and you want to shoot a breeze with some animals.
Oh, come on. They're more than just animals. They're our friends and allies too, you know?
Well said. They may not be human, but they see themselves as your compatriots nonetheless. I myself was never meant to align with the interests of humans, but circumstances led to me becoming a police dog. Now it's my duty to stand with you all. I intend to protect this land's future.
Thanks for always having our back, Sight. We won't let you down. Hey, this whole section is almost done. Only Lloyd left. Animals unite. Sight gathers Koppe, Cerberus, and Zio, considering them reliable allies due to their close bonds with humans. Yeah, you only have one more entry as well. Okay, good.
Mankind's strength will be what cuts forward a path to the future. It should be acceptable to lend my assistance as a police dog until that time comes. As always, my best wishes are behind you, SSS. The same goes for all of us, for all of our comrades.
I'm not reading this. It's adorable, but I'm not reading it. You're gonna be in charge of watching the store for a while, buddy. There's no reason saying that. There's no reason saying that should make any sense. Right, for a second I forgot that Theo can understand them. Looks like Zio's all pumped up. Good, because he's as much a part of this next mission as we are. Okay, Orcus Tower, 35th floor. Considering Reen said it, just gonna talk to Gaius very quickly to see if he has anything to add to this. Buddy? Nope. Okay, in that case, where was I not yet? Here. Okay, time to explore Yuna's turf. Oh, there is Ren. Oh no, the bright. No. Oh, keep that for last. Keep that for last. I read the Crossbell Times special issue. There are folks out there working hard to stop that insane weapon from firing. It's the SSS and the rest of the young men and women who truly care for our beloved Crossbell. With them here, I feel like we'll be able to overcome whatever obstacle that try to stand in the way of our freedom. I know I'm up there in the years, but seeing them do all they can makes me want to as well.
Okay, Junior SSS?
I knew you could do it, Lloyd. The other police officers told us you were the leader of the big operation. Thank you for saving us.
I wouldn't call myself the leader per se. There were a whole bunch of people. Some you know and some you might not know, like people from Erebonia.
Exactly. And there's still work to be done. That means you're up, okay? We need each junior SSS around to pick up our slack.
Frankly, you kids are more on top of it than most adults around here. Damn right. I wasn't kidding around.
I'll need you guys to look after Ken and Nana for me, okay? But remember, if things get too scary, it's still brave to run to safety as fast as you can. We or the guild will make sure to come to your rescue. Aww. Okay, we'll help, but we won't go too crazy either. Yeah. Be careful, okay?
Alright. Oh no, actually scene playing. I think we're finally done with our cleanup work. Well done, Oscar and Bennett. That was quite the firefight we had outside the bakery. At least now we can finally reopen for business, right, Bennett?
Right. It's certainly been long enough. Still, it's only a matter of time until this brief calm is shattered again.
Huh? What do you mean?
In the end, Crossbell can't survive without Supreme Leader Rufus to guide us.
Oh, is she still in that mindset?
We're so close to attaining everlasting peace. Why must the police and CGF keep trying to prevent that?
Bennett, take a breath. What the heck has gotten into you?
What's gotten into me? How can you be so ignorant, Dad? You've seen the tower. As long as we have that, nobody will think twice about trying to lay a hand on Crossbell ever again.
Am I seeing what I'm seeing?
No, not Bennett too.
Oh hey, you guys. Thanks for coming to everyone's aid once again. I'm sorry to say we are a little preoccupied at the moment. We're not open for business yet. I think you've got more pressing issues than opening the bakery right now, Oscar.
Is Bennett alright?
Well, as I'm sure you've noticed, the rest of the townspeople are all back to normal thanks to you guys freeing everyone. But for some reason, Bennett still hasn't snapped out of it.
Oh no, that poor girl.
I guess the effects of the brainwashing haven't worn off of her yet.
Yes, although such cases are quite unusual. Maybe somehow the brainwashing resonated so deeply with her mind that it failed to wear off when it did for everyone else. Is such a thing really possible? I think so. The brainwashing probably controlled people by amplifying whatever anxieties they already had deep down. If so, Bennett must have been carrying some serious worries about something. That could explain why her mind still seems to be shackled by its effects.
When you put it like that. I have noticed that Bennett's been a really big worry bird for a while now. She kept making me swear I wouldn't go off and do anything else dangerous. Maybe because I got injured during the war.
That has to be it, I imagine. She must have thought that if another war broke out and you got drafted again, you really might never come back. I could see that being the root cause of all of this. Yeah, and the rest... And then the brainwashing happened to hit at the worst time. It spiraled out of control.
Damn, the real question is, how do we help her? He just has to hug and smooch her. That's gonna work immediately. Hey, it's okay, Lloyd. Don't worry about it. I think I have an idea of what to do. Those of us at the bakery have our own unique approach to solve problems. And by that you mean... Yep, I'm going to bake some special new bread just for her and have it eat it. This won't be any all baguette either. The flavor is going to be so out of this world, it'll bring her back to her senses. Pretty lofty aspirations for a loaf of bread, if you ask me. Well, I suppose we won't know until we try, even if I am more than a little skeptical. Actually, I think he's onto something. Bennett's a baker too,
If Oscar can somehow deliver a shock to her system that speaks to that pride, it could finally cure her. If there's anyone out there capable of such a feat, it's certainly Oscar. Well, I'm convinced. I've actually already been preparing to make this bread just in case it came to this. Who knows how well it'll work, but it's definitely worth a shot. The only problem is that I'm having trouble finding all of the ingredients I need. It's going to take more time to track them down. Oh, did I stumble upon a quest? I'm sorry to make you wait, Bennett. Hang in there just a little longer. Hold on, Oscar. Let us help. We can track down what you need. I did stumble upon a quest. It's a secret quest. Are you sure? You guys must have had your hands full getting ready for your next big operation. Do you really have time? That's irrelevant. At this point, we won't be able to concentrate on the operation until we get this sorted out. What he said, we'd rather not have any regrets once the plan is underway. Much as I'd rather not have yet another thing to worry about, I guess I could deign to help. Us too, count us in. As long as we get some of that yummy new bread for ourselves, I'm happy to lend a hand. You guys, I don't know what I did to deserve this. Thank you. Now, since you've been kind enough to offer, I'd owe you big time if you could score me some native bellberries. What are those? Yeah, I'm curious now. I've obviously heard of bellberries. That's a common enough ingredient, but native ones? You see, most of the bellberries you find are actually artificially cultivated. Native bellberries grow in the wild. Not only are they hardier, but they possess a different flavor too. They become tricky to harvest lately, though. Maybe the local vegetation has changed or something. I asked people who know the area around Armorica and even people who travel mountain path and came up empty-handed. In that case, they could be growing somewhere along Ursula Road. Let's try searching some places that haven't seen much human activity recently. We may have some luck that way. Smart thinking. Thanks again, everyone. I appreciate you all taking the time to do this. I'll leave procuring the berries to you. Okay, this is a side quest. Okay. Oh yeah, wait, I actually need to see her face from the front. I think her eyes look fully empty. Okay, you're still... No, they look normal. Okay. But she's still under the whole thing. A day of shopping feels so much better now that the city has been freed. Support for the Supreme Leader seems to have vanished too, which is a huge relief. Although for whatever reason, Bennett still seems a little off to me somehow. I'm sure Oscar will take good care of her like he always does, but I still can't help but worry about what's going on with her. Okay. Nothing new there. Okay, apartment building, Yuna's family. Oh, this is a gathering. Hey, it's Yuna! Oh, and she brought the SSS in Class 7 too. Your father already told me everything. I'm so glad that you're all alright. Same to you, Mom, and I hope you two have been on best behavior. So, what's going on? You look like you're up to something. People can finally come in and out of the city now that the occupation is over. Several refugees and even entire households are going hungry right now. So we're working with the entertainment and residential districts to set up a food bank and distribute food around the city. Lena reached out to everyone at Villa Racini to ask for our help as well. It's nice to flex my homemaker muscles for once. We're gonna help too. We get to peel veggies and stuff. Wow, you guys are really going all out. Your mother is something else, Yuna. Yeah, Lena really is the best. Okay. Be careful out there, Yuna. I know you're about to head off into danger. When you get back, I'll have a heaping helping of your favorite dinner on the table as a reward for a job well done. How's that sound, sweetheart? Like heaven. I'll be back before you know it, Mom. Yuna taught me all about potato sprouts and how you shouldn't pick them from the ground. She said they were dangerous because they're still poisonous. Wow, you remembered. Atta girl, Nana. Wrong person. If there's gonna be a volunteer kitchen, that means there's gonna be lots of food. I'm gonna stuff my face full. That's one way to look at to look on the bright side, I guess. Okay. Now for the other building, and then probably a very very heartfelt scene over there. Oh boy. Okay. I used to pitch in on food drives all the time during my days in the Crossbell diet. Maybe I'll cook up a batch of my special miso soup. In fact, I'll even toss in the best ingredients we have. It's not every day common folk get to taste the luxuries of fine dining. Wait, no, what am I saying? I'll start sounding like Mrs. TLoH did at her worst if I start saying things like that. What's happening here? Whew, I got so fired up watching Ilya and Risha duel it out earlier. As did I. Each danced so passionately and with such determination. It was a spectacle to behold. All the more reason we can't just sit on our hands and do nothing to help. Right, let's head over to the Belheim and pitch into Lena's food drive. There are hungry mouths to feed out there. Alright. So they're organizing a food drive. That's a really neat idea. Wait, I should be doing something to help out. There must be something I can do. Peel the veggies? Okay. No one up here. Okay. Hi there. Oh god. Hey guys, how are you holding up? We're still alright. You three met up with Sophia. We just happened to bump into each other on the way back from taking care of a few wanted monsters on the highway. And we were just on our way to help with the food bank preparation at the Belheim. We had talked about having Estelle and Joshua over for dinner the last time we went out to eat with Ren. What a happy accident that we would run into each other again so soon. Sure is. Honestly, I wish the timing were a little better so we could hang out. Huh? You mean you're not gonna come eat with us at the Belheim? I wanted to do something to thank Ren for saving me and being my friend. That's awfully sweet, but I don't recall ever saving you. But you know that's not true. Plus, Papa said you saved him too. What am I going to do with you? Aw, you guys are even closer than I thought. Would it be alright if we drop by after our next big mission is complete? We can also try to squeeze in a small visit as we do our next set of rounds. We can do that too. Oh boy, you always were a softie, Joshua. Of course, we'll be waiting for you to come home safely. Be careful and good luck. Aww. Hey, this section is fully done. Ren lunch date. Ren bumps into the Havers as they help to distribute emergency food, and Colin expresses his hopes of sharing a meal with her later. I'm sure Harold will be thrilled to hear what we're doing. I'll be praying that you all come back safely and join us later. I know cooking for the food drive comes first, but we can still eat dinner together, right? I was really afraid of what was happening in the city, but now it's no big deal because there's something to look forward to. I didn't think we'd get an opportunity to spend together like that until it was all over. Let's do whatever it takes to put an end to that tacky eyesore of a tower. I can't even enjoy a simple meal with that hideous thing looming over us. What a killjoy. I'm glad to see Sophia and her family are doing so well. We should get back to patrolling the city. There's bound to be some kind of job that needs a bracer's touch if we look hard enough.
Almost definitely.
It's good to have you two back in town to help out.
I noticed something interesting earlier as I was going around looking for ways to help the residents. People were already doing what they could to help one another. They boosted my spirits instead of the other way around. Imagine that. Crossbellans have always had such strong spirits. Maybe that comes with the territory of living someplace with so many ups and downs. Or being continuously occupied and then freed and then occupied and then freed and then occupied and then freed. Yuna? I wasn't expecting to see you in the neighborhood now of all times.
And you're even with the SSS in Class 7. It's quite a surprise to see you all together. I read what you all did in the special issue of the Crossbell Times. You must still be working so hard to clean up this newest mess. Yeah, we've definitely got our work cut out for us, but we're working together to take care of it as soon as we can. What about all of you? Have you been feeling How have you been feeling the last few days?
Now that you mention it, both Elsa and I have been feeling a little hazy lately.
Thankfully, that cleared up a little while ago. Momo and her friends came over to cheer us up, and I think that made all the difference.
It did? That's good to hear. Well, what do you know? The junior SSS is gonna put us out of business at this rate.
They're a good bunch of kids, that's for sure. We're going to help distribute supplies to the evacuees now that we're feeling better. Rest assured, we'll be praying for your success in what's to come. Here, take these for the road.
More stuff.
Thanks, Elsa. We really appreciate it. We'll be sure to put them to good use. We should get going now. Stay safe, you two.
Okay. I have enough of those. Okay. That is that done. Oh hey! Oh hey! He's back home. Wow. This brings me back. Oh my god, and you can have a stack of papers. Yep.
Oh, it's you guys.
Welcome. I'm glad you could make it. It's been a long time since I last saw many of you. Lapis and her friends notwithstanding.
Yeah, over 2 years.
Part of me has wanted to visit you. I'm glad that it's happening now. As am I. I had the opportunity to examine the citizens' body language on my way here. In typical Crossbell fashion, they're doing their best to hang in and keep their heads held high.
I've noticed too. I'm sure many of them are scared deep down, but they're fighting it back and doing what they can to smile.
Yes, I believe so as well. That's because they've overcome so many trials and tribulations, not just in the last few years, but for a very long time. It demonstrates just how misguided I was to try to take the strength away from them. I should have believed in their strength rather than use Kia and the Septarian's power to reshape reality and erase that perseverance. I've come to understand that more than ever.
Mr. Grimwood, I'm glad you can believe in the people again. But don't forget that you're one of them. Everything you said applies to you as well. That's why you've done everything you can to help Lapis and Crossbell, isn't it? You haven't given up. She's right. You're one of the people who's taught me how strong humans can be. That's why I was able to gain the chance to rise once more through Rufus. So don't go excluding yourself.
Perhaps you're right. I owe thanks to both of you. Now then, I don't come here to be nostalgic. It's about time we get to work. Did you bring the materials I asked for, Pete?
Yes, sir. Here's the register of foreign enterprises and influential people. Huh? What do you need that for?
The appearance of the tower has Coward and other nations on high alert. Something must be done to ease tensions at our borders. That should buy time for all of you to take action. I'm not the civil servant I once was, but I'll use what connections I have remaining to help as best as I can.
You did have an international reputation, so I'm sure you'll be able to help in that regard.
I appreciate the vote of confidence, and do be careful out there. I believe in you just the same.
Thanks, we'll get through this. Oh, before I forget, I wanted to thank you guys for looking into those weird sounds coming from under the law firm on the day of the signing ceremony. Everyone operating underground was able to do so much more safely because you took on that wanted monster request. Wow, I forgot all about that. It feels like a lifetime ago.
That reminds me that I saw some sort of strange shadow down there that day.
Something doesn't feel right. Maybe we should go back there and have another look. And there is another tip where something is. Okay.
I truly appreciate Pete reaching out to me and asking for my assistance. Frankly, after all I've done, I don't feel as though I deserve his or anyone's respect. Nevertheless, I will contribute how I can. I want to give back and do something good, not just for Crossbell, but for Pete.
For Pete's sake!
Sorry.
He's being allowed to move...
Oh, she's an investigator.
He's being allowed to move about on the condition that he has an officer monitoring his actions. His crimes are undoubtedly grave, but his knowledge and desire for a better future are what Crossbell needs right now. To be honest, I don't actually think he needs to be watched. Nonetheless, I'll do my job.
Oh. Okay. Gonna leave that for the next stream. Okay, there's still one part of the city left, but I also wanted to continue the book series, because does it have a lot of entries. And it's getting late, and I'll need to wrap up streaming very, very soon, so let's do just that. Let's see, books. Never. Never. Fuck that. Unless it's some kind of it's some kind of charity thing. Fuck that. I'm not insane. Hold on, did I read this one? I think I read this one. Okay, 8. What the fuck? Why? That's insane. Stop. Jesus. That's not healthy. That's just stupid. No matter how much it draws people in because they're curious, that's just stupid. You're literally just damaging your own mind and body with that. Okay. Chapter 8. In the depths of his memories. Ugh, stupid. Whatever. Stuff like that always rubs me the wrong way. Like, what? Why? Okay, anyway. I have two of these to read through, so... let's begin. Chapter 8. In the depths of his memories. Listen, Kunlan, before we go after Raiju, there's something I want to say, began the young boy's father. We Matagi follow the ways of our people. In doing that, we respect this mountain and stand watch over it for its beasts. Do you know why we do that? It was not the first time he asked that. In fact, he had asked this countless times, but never had he asked it while they were on the way to slay a beast when even Kyun-Olki's had failed. Rather than ask why his father, the current chief in the legendary hunter's absence, would bring it up now, Kunlan repeated his usual answer. His father never asked anything without a reason, so the answer would come with time. The blessings of the mountain are the blessings of Eidos. We protect them so as to show our thanks to her. That's right, we believe this, and we aren't wrong for it. But I think we have a greater purpose than even that answer. I want you to ponder on what that is as we hunt Raiju. So what? Does the old answer mean you've been full of it all this time? His father laughed. Sorry, Kunlan. I meant to save this conversation for after you've become a man. But here you are, hunting Raiju with me. It makes for a fine opportunity. The lesson continued as they ascended the mountain and were soon near the midpoint of Mount Whitecrown, an area where bears were known to live. No one knows where Raiju made its nest, so their only option is tracking it was to go to where it was last seen and hope there were tracks to follow. We are able to see tomorrow because we take the lives of our other creatures. These creatures are no different. They fight to survive, and sometimes that means hunting us as we hunt them. Even Raiju, as it casts its monstrous shadow over the whole of this mountain, is no exception. Right, Kunlan responded pensively. After 20 years of hunting with Kyun-Olki's, I came to a realization. We are on equal footing with the beasts. We may not be able to see eye to eye with them, but we understand that we face life as they do. We face life? Okay, so what does that mean? Kunlan was familiar with the concept of giving thanks to life and taking it, but there was something abstract about the concept of facing it. He was also not the best at wrapping his mind around the philosophical, preferring straightforward paths with simple, direct answers. Anything that strayed beyond that risked him getting lost in his own thoughts. I don't think there's a singular answer to that question. The journey to try and find your own answer is as important as the answer itself. Without the journey, life cannot be faced. It would be meaningless. Meaningless? That's right. Face it. Accept it. Your struggles will reveal guideposts on your journey and only you can see. That only you can see. Alright. Young Kunlan thought about the obstacles on the path that made his life. At the same time, he considered the lives of others who had chosen different paths, wondering what their answers came to be through it all. Had those who left the village run away from the ways of their people, or had they chosen to leave after finding something that gave their lives meaning? But was there meaning in becoming poachers or trophy hunters for the nobility? He doubted it. This is going over my head, he finally admitted, knowing that that is a victory in itself. Pride blinds us from our correct path. A gentle expression sat on the father's face. There were moments where he was deeply stern, but for now he presented his son a question even those twice his age would wrestle with. He presented his softest side. What does this have to do with Raiju? Kunlan asked. I'm sure you already know this, but the hunt for Raiju is a dangerous one. The sound of their footsteps on the snow halted. Kunlan's father used the pause to give his son time to consider the reason behind their talk. What I'm saying is that we might end up as the ones being hunted this time. He continued, the risk of us losing our lives is higher than any normal hunt, but perhaps the odds are even against us. Do you understand what could happen, Kunlan? He nodded in response. He understood well, but he didn't want to put it into words. Accept the reality. Even if this hunt doesn't end the way we want it to, I thought this might be my last chance to tell you that. In his short life, he had come to have a very simple dream. Hunt Raiju with his father, protect the mountain, and surpass Kyun. It was a way he could show the other vagabonds youths his age that there was meaning in the path they had not chosen. So how did this new course of thought his father proposed fit into this dream? Was it a new one that deviated entirely, failing to fit the curated mold of the path he chose to walk? The answer didn't matter. It was not long until Kunlan lost it all, his dream and his father. What he found among the broken pieces of his life that came afterward was not any true answer to his father's question, but rather a realization that he indeed could not accept reality, leaving only a festering hatred in his heart. The rising sun stained the snow atop Mount Whitecrown with a subtle gold, and the lone Matagi and two woodland wanderers carried more than their weight in supplies as they continued to heave and climb. The blizzard itself has blown over, but strong gusts continued to persist, bringing with it sheets of snow in what may as well have been the same thing. Each sheet reflected the morning glow, making them feel as though they were being assailed by brilliant motes of pure light. As planned, they arrived at the summit just as dawn was breaking. Their speed was aided by the fact that the woodland wanderers were light on their feet, even when weighted down by seemingly endless amounts of gear. Now that they were dressed properly for the weather, they could tackle the cold with a speed that put even a local to shame. They still knew nothing about Raiju's location beyond it being somewhere within the vicinity. It was unclear whether they should first scout the place out, planning their next move carefully, or if they should strike as soon as they caught sight of the beast. Kunlan and Sayu continued to discuss options as they moved. No matter how how he tried, Kunlan could not calm himself down. It had nothing to do with doubt in his or his companion's abilities. It was that the yet-to-be-seen foe they were hunting had the kind of strength that made even the most thorough plan seem insufficient. We're finally going to have the last part. It's been divided for so long, right? Right. Dao chimed in agreement with Sayu's musings. And if things go smooth enough, we might even finish up that bastard who keeps tailing us. We'll finally be able to face all the people he killed. I'm kind of excited to see what it does when it's complete. The Blade of the Thunder Heavens sure makes it sound like it will be impressive to me. Well, began Kunlan wryly, the Oni will be the perfect test subject once you find out, won't he? Neither Sayo nor Dao were particularly distracted by the suggestion. They remained focused, their eyes looking straight ahead, with no immediate dangers on their minds to stand in the way of their goal. In Sayo's case, retrieving the last part of the cylindrical artifact was not optimism, but the next step that was simply going to be. The woodland wanderers and the values they acquired from their tight-knit environment fascinated him. On the surface, their traditions were simple. They patrolled the eastern side of the continent, retrieved artifacts, and passed them along to the Septian Church. And yet each cycle of this journey was riddled with value and supplemented by countless customs that had long been passed down from generation to generation. Even as Sayu and Dao made slight deviations from their people's path, they balanced it by continuing to respect and adhere to their many traditions and values they had long loved and accepted. What did he value? As he observed them, Kunlan thought back to the days when his father was still alive, when he had a simple, pure goal. When he had that goal, he never felt a moment's resistance against the ways of the Matagi. What do I have now? he wondered aloud. His purpose was shattered, leaving behind a constant feeling of questioning the nature of life itself in a puzzle he was no closer to solving now as he was then. The only thing sustaining Kunlan through his days was that it was natural for the body to breathe, eat and sleep. Meeting these two was an outlier on his daily routine, and one that sparked something in him he had not felt in a long time. Could these strangers who possessed what he lacked lead him to reunite with that feeling of having a purpose in life? "Look out!" Dao shout snapped Kunlan back to his senses. In that same instant, he felt a light jolt and something impacting his body. "Dao!" cried Sayo. Dao had shoved both Kunlan and Sayo aside. A heartbeat later, lightning flashed in an explosion near him. Something struck the youth like an invisible wall, throwing him to the ground, and smoke rose from his skin as convolutions coursed through his body. It was the worst possible outcome among their discussed options. Raiju had attacked first. "Dao, are you alright?" "Yeah, I'm just glad you're okay, Sayo. My body's numb, but Granny Haku's charm is nothing to sniff at. I think I can even stand." Sayo realized and vocalized that the paint he had covering his body was a ward that must have been an insulating resin. Insulating resin. After confirming that Dao was well and calm, Kunlan retrieved his binoculars. "Sorry, Dao, I let my guard down," he said. "Don't worry about it. Even if you noticed, you might not have been able to dodge it. Just focus on finding it." He wasn't about to make the same mistake twice. He knew if the King of Thunder could see them, they could see it as well. There, he found his longtime nemesis. It was a fitting throne for the conqueror of the land and wielder of lightning through its very claws. At the highest peak of Mount Whitecrown, looking down at them, was Raiju. Okay. And let's go through number 9. Chapter 9. The Appointed Hour. "Over there, see? That's where the avalanche occurred. What a mess. How come they've been happening all over lately?" The blizzard was over, and the morning sun was shedding light upon the fresh powder of snow along Mount Whitecrown. Observing this as they climbed through one of the mountain's trails were two men wearing puzzled expressions. One tall and thin, the other short and stout. Both were the very picture of traditional Matagi in their straw hats and coats, each wielding a spear and hunting rifle. That there was an avalanche in itself was not surprising. They happened often, yet being so used to them was also why the locals were keenly aware that something was off about this one in particular. They could fast recognize impurities that threatened the mountain, and right now this event was quite impure. Their steps hastened as they approached the site of the avalanche. Even from a distance, seeing how unnatural it looked only heightened their unease. I heard Kunlan was talking to the chief yesterday, the stout Matagi piped up. "But have you seen him around here since then? I know he hunts around here sometimes." Kunlan wasn't known for late-night hunts, but none had caught sight of him since the day before. It was another factor of the scene that unsettled them. He learned his ways from the man trained by Kyun. "I think he'll be alright," reassured the thin Matagi. Though I get why you're worried. Boys had a lot on his mind. If that were to ever come to into play mid-hunt, he turned down the chief's offer again. I don't blame him with how things went with his father, but at the same time, our kids surely do have it rough. Though they felt for Kunlan, they also couldn't treat it as though it had nothing to do with them. The youth were leaving the village one after another, and not just that, they were struggling with the concept of what it meant to be a Matagi. It was this that had put their people in the dwindling position they were in now.
Good word, there was strange lightning to be seen on the mountain last night. Do you think Kunlan went to get revenge on Raiju? They floated more questions and speculations between one another as they arrived on site, starting with the thin Matagi. This was no natural avalanche. But then who did it? It could have been Raiju. I know it's a beast of thunder, but there's got to be more to this than we aren't seeing. Well, I guess it doesn't matter. I'm just worried about Kunlan. They had no idea what an unimaginable threat from another land was awakening beneath the snow. Kunlan, Raiju, the name of the boy who buried me, and the name of my prey. Beneath snow and ice, the weakened Oni pondered inwardly the names the two Matagi were speaking of. And the more he pondered, the more a power inside of him ignited. He could hear the sound of thunder, and the echoes of those names he now hated and hungered more, birthing the perfect catalyst to reawakening the rage that fueled his ever-waking moment. Look, what's that light? Is there something underneath the snow? As the fires continued to burn brighter and brighter within the Oni, his flesh began to quiver with the need to hunt. A terrifying light once more glowed through the patterns inked across his body. Kunlan, Mouse, Raiju, Kunlan, Mouse, Raiju. The Oni awakened and his burning emotions pushed through his sensory threshold. Steam erupted from the snow like a geyser, revealing his body enveloped in a mysterious light and startling the two Matagi. Something's come out of the snow! I've never seen anything like it. Is it a monster? The man, despite all that experience, were struck with a fear that left them falling on their behinds and wailing before the creature that appeared from a bed of steam and ice. The Oni spared the two a glance as their mouths hanged agape. Kunlan, the Mouse, and Raiju. Where are they? You know Kunlan and Raiju? Cried the thin man. He worked to regain control of his senses once they heard the man speak. He then leveled his hunting rifle toward the Oni. Kunlan and Raiju are the perfect prey for me. As for you two, you will do as an appetizer. I don't know what you mean by that, the thin man seethed. But if you plan to harm someone from our village, then you are an impurity of this mountain. Now get. He then fired as his stout companion returned to his feet and aimed his spear. But there was no hope of the bullet reaching the Oni. In an instant, it had been blocked by an earthen wall, vanishing in a spray of harmless sparks. Where did rock come from? The thin Matagi cried. This man, he really is a monster. How did a thing like him manage to get so close to the village? Before the eyes of the Matagi, now once again overwhelmed with terror, the rock wall crackled and crumbled to the ground. It did not appear as though it was the Oni's intention to do this, but it had at least fulfilled its purpose of shielding him from the bullet. It appears I'm not fully recovered. A trifling issue, he resolved with a brutal, level tone. I have a small feast right here to warm me up before I hunt them down. The Oni did not hesitate to feed his disadvantage into his hunger for violence, stoking the flames of his fighting spirit till it became a full rage for the helpless man. With it, he summoned a spear of stone. What is he? Is this the curse of the mountain? Pull yourself together. If you don't stop him, think of what will happen to the village. The Oni crept closer to them, making the dim red light glowing from him dance before their eyes. Despite its crude make, the spear in his hand seemed vicious enough to end their lives in an instant. All they could think of this man before them was that he must have been a demon from Gehenna. The morning air of Mount Whitecrown would have split with the sound of a useless gunshot and wild shrieks of death were it not for the roaring wind. A feeling of impending disaster caressed Kunlan's neck as they kneeled in a cave at the summit to keep out of Raiju's sight. It had nothing to do with
with the beat he was facing now. Something else now violated the mountain. Something's got the spirits of the mountain in an uproar, he muttered. I feel it too, replied Sayo. I felt his presence plenty of times before. Though the trio found Raiju, they were in no position to implement the plans they conjured along the way. Knowing that the Oni was awake and likely to head toward them added insult to injury. He's already up? Cried Dao in surprise. Then we're running out of time. Kunlan nodded. Yeah, we have to take down Raiju before he arrives. No way I am letting him steal this kill from me. He did not know how long it would take the new free demon in human skin to pursue them to the summit, meaning every second battling, breathing, even thinking was a second wasted in an unknown countdown. He could take days, he could take hours. We're going to have to be quick about this, no distractions. Right, there is no time to go back to the cabin and think more on what to do next, Kunlan agreed, reviewing the goods they carried with them from the cabin. They were all limited in their function, but some were indeed brought as countermeasures against the Raiju's incredible power. The question was, would they be enough to stay them from the jaws of death? It was time for Kunlan to put his knowledge as a Matagi to the test. It was a strategy he had been wondering for years how to apply in his own life. A strategy he had not used for years. A strategy that he left behind the day of his father's death. I think I got a plan, he started. Have you heard of the Makigari tactic? Makigari was a group hunting tactic that was deeply rooted in Matagi tradition. In essence, it involved one or multiple members acting as guides. Seko, to surround it to prevent escape. An aggressive offense would then be utilized to lead it to a specific spot, where the sniper, the Buppa, would finish off the cornered beast. It was a tactic generally carried out by those who had long hunted together, as it hinged heavily on both the leadership of whoever headed the hunt and implicit trust between the rest of the team. It was a difficult tactic to pull off even then, and yet it had to work with Kunlan's new companions. I got an idea, replied Dao. Kunlan explained in detail what it was before following up with a personal anecdote. It's a way we hunt. Me and my dad tried it with Raiju a long time ago. We actually had won over it back then, but, well, this time we're much better off, much better equipped, and we're up on one person. I think we can make it work. The reality was more than not a single other tactic came to mind. Kunlan was deeply concerned about their ability to coordinate. Even if he had enough confidence in his own skills to compensate, it would be difficult to sync up with Sayo and Dao on a technical level. Could them being raised in completely different cultures change things too drastically for it to work? Sounds good, Kunlan. Let's go with that. Sayo was surprisingly quick to voice her agreement to the plan. So we got the traditional methods of the Matagi, an artifact, and thunderproof equipment to work with then. Up until now, Sayo had been a thinker, a logical individual. Kunlan fully expected her to reject the idea and propose something of her own. The surprise must have shown on his face as she continued, "It's not impossible, we just need to minimize any quirks we have that might impact our cooperation and cover the rest with the equipment. One person's problem to solve is everyone's problem to solve here." This encouragement came with a smile. Another surprise, Kunlan supposed. She believed in this tactic more than he did. She was right, of course, that both sides were in the same awkward position of having to find out how the other one worked in a short time. She was also right that this could be solved by deviating just slightly from the traditional form of the tactic and utilizing the things they had, the equipment and the artifacts, to cover their shortcomings. That vagabond told me, "Hit the unexpected with the unexpected," she said. Certainly they were doing just that. Alright, pipped up cheerfully. "We've got your endorsement, Sayo, and I don't see any other reason not to back it up." He then chided Kunlan playfully about having more faith in his own plan, for no plan goes well when its proposer lacks proper faith in it. Doubt must have accompanied Kunlan's expression of surprise for him to say it. Dao was more brawn than brain, but he was very perceptive of others' emotions, meaning he knew exactly what to say to help someone who was wavering at the time. That shining was just what Kunlan needed. You both agree, he said. You're just as caught up in me, so I'm going to put my trust in this plan, and you. No more doubts as to whether this will work. It was time to execute their very own brand of the Makigari tactic. Yep, that's what people who are usually, you know, not the logical type, but the punching type are depicted as. They're observant and social. Okay, that was number 9. Okay, gonna have to continue with this next time as well. Okay, so tomorrow we Gundam. But are you the punching type? I'm joking. But that's usually how these types of characters are depicted in this stuff. Oh, okay. Oh god, I need to stretch. Right, this will be it for today. Tomorrow and the rest of the weekend we shall Gundam in From Software style with Armored Core. I need to put this on download because I think it should be available now. But this will be it. I need to chill. I need to recoup my voice because I also need to record something tomorrow before the stream as well. So yeah. But anyway, tomorrow, today we rest. Tomorrow we Gundam. No, that's paraphrasing for a Critical Role reference. Anyway, thanks for joining me. Have a good night, and I'll see you tomorrow for some mech action. Good night.